Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode, Not So Subtle. This is episode 11. It's probably going to be the best episode, because today we have our special guest, Coulter.
Hello there. I'm here.
Hi, Coulter.
Just kidding, it's Kermit.
It's Kermit the Frog. We have me as usual, Dane, you're here with us as well.
Sadly, yes.
And we have a new face.
Hello, I'm Ton.
Hey, Ton.
Ton Tronathan.
Ton, tell us about yourself.
We like your birthday, where you're from,
Social security
your
number.
type, yeah.
We're going to need your bank account PIN number.
Yeah, what bank you bank with, and really anything.
Current account balance.
Dick size.
Anything,
yeah.
honestly, yeah. Just all the important stuff, really.
You know, this thing in Japan, they actually do, like, have in their bios, like, their blood type. Because they think, they use it as, like, a horoscope. It's like, oh, if you're this type, blood type.
Wait, really?
Yeah. That's why, like, whenever you, like, read bios on, like, video games, like, that are made in Japan, they always have the blood type. Or if, like, you're watching anime.
Yeah, I feel like I recognize that.
They have the blood type. Because it's like, oh, this blood type's compatible with this blood type.
So what if you're swiping through Tinder and then you see, like...
Dude, I bet Japanese Tinder has blood type.
Really? And then, like, not even as something you just type in. It's just a field that you have to fill out. Like,
they don't even have pictures. Just blood,
yeah,
blood
it's
type,
just blood type, and then it's like,
no.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not about that.
What's your guys' preferred type?
You choose, like, male, female, and, like, whatever gender, and then you can choose your blood type and filter it only by what blood type you want.
Mm-hmm.
What's your preferred type? I'm an O man myself.
Oh, man. Which one's the universal acceptor?
Isn't
Is
that...
that O negative?
I don't know what my blood type is. I'll say that right now.
I don't either.
A lot of people don't, I'm sure.
I've never given blood. I'll say
I'm
it.
assuming it's one of the main types.
Well, it would have to be
basic.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's
One of
pretty.
the main
It's pretty
types.
average. I'm assuming it's one of the acceptable blood
Yeah.
types. Yeah.
I'm assuming it's not type Z.
I hope I'm not a Zimmerman.
No. You're a type Z for sure. All right.
I'm George Zimmerman. That's what I'm scared of, really.
Well, Coulter, you say you've never donated blood. Is that because you're not motivated enough to go do it? Would you say?
You could say that.
All right. That's what I like to call a segue. We're moving right into the question here.
Woo! My Segway is parked out front.
Thanks. What are it doesn't have to be the laziest thing you've ever done, but, like, what are some good examples of lazy things that you do in your life? I feel like most people, and maybe us especially, do some, like, exceptionally lazy things.
I feel like this is a very generational related question.
Millennials are the laziest generation for sure.
Oh, we're incredibly lazy.
I bet, like, when the generations go along, it gets more and more lazy. Like,
I believe that.
But our version of going uphill 2 ways will be like, oh, I had to actually press apps to get it.
Oh, yeah. Where, yeah, your dad's always
I had to do more than just think.
Yeah, your dad's always like, oh, yeah, I had to walk to school, like, uphill both ways with cardboard snowshoes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're like, yeah, we had to scroll up.
Like, I just called an Uber. I mean, it was real easy, actually.
Yeah.
He had snow tires.
We had to swipe down to refresh our email.
I'll get into an email story later in this for sure. Thanks for bringing that. That's a good segue, Dan.
I do. That's called a segue. I do want to hear that story.
It'll come in afterwards. For now, I want to hear what you guys... maybe you're proud of your lazy moments. Maybe they're, like, that lazy, and you're real proud of it.
I feel like I can't think of anything.
Guys, I could say I'm lazy, but I'm not, because I'm about to go turn off that fan that's making a lot of noise. Thank you. Segue to me.
You were too
going
lazy to do
off,
that before
off
the
cam.
podcast.
Stop.
Sorry.
All right.
I can start out. Honestly...
Hold on. Now that Coulter's not here, we should talk shit about him.
Okay. All right, Ton, we're actually dropping Coulter, and you're going to be the main guy now.
That's
so just go ahead and scoot over there.
So,
no room for Coulter.
Welcome to Not So Subtle version 2. Just kidding.
All traces of Coulter will be erased from the website, and going forward... Coulter, what's up, man? Hey. How you doing, man?
Yeah,
I'm pretty good. I'm
yeah?
ready to do this
we weren't plotting against
podcast.
Nah, man.
Just so you know, like, I'm moving into your room. You're actually...
Yeah, I hate to do this.
What do you guys...
We'll talk about this.
My name's
This sounds like Office Space a little bit. It sounds like a situation...
You have at least, like, a couple hours to, like, pack
your stuff.
Leave
Hit the road.
Is this a passive-aggressive firing?
For now, yeah.
Well, basically, we're taking you off the payroll, but we're not gonna, like...
Fuck you, guys!
You're still gonna do... You're gonna do all the work producing the podcast, but you're not gonna be on anymore, so...
And if you could move your stuff to the basement, that'd be great.
So yeah.
I mean, I'll still pimp it out on Facebook and do the bare minimum work, but...
But, I mean, Anyways, so one lazy thing. This is not even really like the most lazy thing I do, but it's something that I've come to appreciate over the last few years. Is that like new video game systems? They've at this point in your life, if you play video games, you can completely avoid putting discs in like your console anymore.
That's true.
And for the last 2 years, maybe, I haven't bought a single disc, which means that I can just sit on my chair, my couch, whatever, and just lean back and be like, oh, I want to play this game, and then I just don't even have to get up anymore. It's the greatest feeling in the world. I never have to get up when I play a video game. It's amazing.
It's good.
I see the appeal to having digital copies, but I just love having the physical copy in my shelf.
Yeah, I get that. People can be collectors, and that's
I think
fair.
Coulter and Ton and I are in a different boat because we're hardcore collectors.
But
I will
various
say
things.
I've come around kind of to the discless situation because it does suck when you're lazy and you have to get up and you have to be like, and then get up and then get your disc out.
For me, I only buy physical copies when it's a collector's edition.
Or if
I don't
it's a
buy,
game
like-
that's worth it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, like I'm kind of glad I have Zelda on
physical.
and it's also a game I don't need with me all the time. For like,
But like Mario
a handheld
Kart
thing. Yeah, like Mario Kart.
I'll have that on the Switch
Wait.
so I can pull it out.
You're glad that you don't have a game with you all the time on a portable thing? Wouldn't that normally
Well,
be the
because
exact
like I'll probably
opposite?
never play Zelda like frequently again.
Only at
Like,
home
once
when
I-
I want to kick it.
Yeah, like Mario Kart. If someone's like you want to battle someone at the airport or whatever with Mario Kart, you want that shit ready to go.
I want to fucking
I guess. I mean,
cream some
or like
little 10.
Splatoon or whatever it is.
I feel like that could be like a different situation for people because like maybe like you commute with a bus or something and you have like maybe an hour, you just sit there and play whatever you want.
That's true.
I mean, if you're at your house, I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's portable or not. It's just there, and you can be lazy. However you
Yeah,
want.
and with the Switch, I'd have it docked and like I don't know. It depends.
So
That's
yeah.
definitely a good example. I think for me, like laziness for me is just like cutting corners on like in all aspect of life. Like it could be like
a little bit at a time.
It literally could be like anything. Like,
Yeah.
I like to think of being more efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a way to look at
put
it.
positive spin on it.
Yeah. I don't have any, like, man, it's hard to think of a specific example, but I know that I do. Oh, so one of them would be. I'm trying to think of, like, work related. No, it's boring. I'm trying to think of, like, work related things where, like, I'll just cut, like, very, like menial things.
I
That
could bring
add
one
up.
Okay,
Over
here's a
time.
lazy thing I do. I just don't eat.
Oh.
You don't
Like,
eat?
I'll just lay in bed, or like if I'm watching TV or something, I'm just like, man, I'm really hungry right now.
It's like by Marty and
But
Beth.
like, it takes so much effort to get
Yeah.
up, make food, and then actually eat it.
Oh, dude, that's a good one, because recently I've been using UberEats. Which is like
The epitome of
so
lazy. Yeah.
much more money, like not so much more money that should be for what you do, for what you're doing, but like there's no need to pay that extra, like
And you don't have
upwards
to
of
go
$4 or
out.
$5, like just to have someone like essentially do a normal task for you.
to bring you fast food, which is already the easiest.
Well, I don't do
laziest
it
way
for
to get
fast food. Well, I've never done it for fast food. I've done it for like teriyaki, or like I've done it for like some like the lodge. I've done it before, like
Gotta get that.
or something like
Pizookie,
that.
or
Yeah,
the skookie.
the
the skillet cookie, the
skillet.
skookie.
Yeah, like
For those
that,
that don't
that
know.
kind of stuff. I would never do it for like McDonald's.
But they're actually partnering with McDonald's to deliver now
To
too.
deliver
so.
the most laziest.
No, I know.
You
And
can
it's
die
like,
as quickly
and it's
as
like
possible.
once I do that, I feel like
You'll never leave your
that's
house.
like, yeah, there's like a
Lowest
barrier. There's like a
echelon of
barrier.
people.
Yeah, like once I cross that point, it's like there's no turning back.
You're like tiptoeing the line right now, and you're like, no, McDonald's is the line. If
Yeah.
if I cross that line,
that
there's no
literally
there's no going
No,
back.
that literally is, because if I order from McDonald's, it's just like I'm gonna have to like look someone in the eyes, like that's bringing it to me,
Like,
and that's
bro,
gonna
you
be
could've-
that's
I
gonna
see
be
your
it.
car out front. You could have just drove. It's like
Yeah,
5
the
minutes
guy's gonna
away.
down
walk
the
up.
street.
The guy from Uber Eats is gonna walk up and be like, really,
Seriously?
man? Like,
You can
really?
just leave it.
You
No,
made me
just leave it
drive?
on
Like-
the freaking porch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I should just do that. Like I don't want to have to. Like I don't want to have to face my my shame.
Wait, guys, I've never thought of this. Can you actually just do that? Just
Yeah.
write
They
it
have
on
a
there?
note thing. You like
Yeah.
leave a.
You can
leave
do
it
that
on
with
Oh
like
my
pizza
God.
delivery. It's like, oh, special notes. You could be like, just text me
Like,
when
don't
you're here.
fucking
Like,
talk
just
to me.
leave it, and I'm like, the money.
Yeah,
is,
but I
like,
never
outside.
thought of just like set it on the ground and
Yeah.
walk away.
Well, it's way easier with Uber Eats because you pay for it like
Yeah.
beforehand too. So unlike with pizza where you'd have to pay them somehow. But
Sometimes you don't. Or
what
you
what
always have to
situation
pay
would
them.
arise where you don't pay them, Coulter?
No, you always have to pay them, but the tip is sometimes integrated in there. Actually, they always ask for a signature, don't they?
Yeah. So You're gonna have to move them.
My life.
That's why you just like.
My life continues.
That's why on your porch you just have a stamp of your signature. And stamp it on there.
They're like, please, you write a sign that says, "Please, one stamp only." Like the candy.
Conserve ink, please.
On Halloween.
Yeah, one stamp per pizza.
That's good. Another lazy thing I do. Dane said work related. So like, there's a coffee machine at my work, and one of my coworkers is constantly just like, "Oh, why don't you just like bring like a cup or something to use your own?" Because they have paper cups there too, or just like disposable ones. And so I was like, "Oh yeah, you know," and like I constantly make an excuse. I'm just like, "Yeah, I probably don't have one that's gonna like fit underneath a thing, and like I don't want to have to like drive it with me, you know." But the real answer is, it's just way easier just to grab a disposable cup and fill it up instead of having to like rinse out a cup every night when you use it, and
yeah, that's
it's
true.
just not worth it.
That's true.
Am I hurting the environment? You bet.
Yeah,
Probably, yeah.
100%.
I thought you were gonna say a story about how you would just stick your head underneath the coffee machine and just
I
not
could
even
do
use
that,
cups.
but it scalded my mouth probably, so I would avoid that. But if I got real lazy, I might give that a shot.
I would hope not.
I hope it never comes to
I
that.
hope, yeah, that's your barrier.
Once the
That's your
world is
line.
already destroyed
that
and
one's
all
like-
the paper cups are gone.
What are you doing
In
over
a
there?
world with no paper cups.
What you need to do is to fill your mouth with ice cubes and then put your
Ooh,
mouth
that's
up.
a
There you
strat.
go.
Okay.
Coulter, yeah, that's smart.
See,
You can
You'll
even make a
still
mold
die.
of your mouth just so you can make ice.
yeah,
like,
we
mold.
need to take this to Shark Tank.
You know when you don't want to use a cup.
No.
You know when you could very easily bring a mug from home, but you don't want to destroy the environment. Just stick your fucking mouth under the coffee
Just don't use a
maker,
cup.
And you might think, this is going to burn the fuck out of your mouth.
and then you'll be right. If I didn't think ahead, and you're gonna put some ice in your mouth, and it'll be okay.
Once you get the coffee in there, you think pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
We need to get to the real point of why we brought up this lazy topic, which is because of my lazy habit.
We determined that you reached a new level of laziness.
Because Coulter has actually peaked in the laziest way possible.
You've
But
I'm
achieved.
pretty impressed.
Yeah, wait, but you gotta say that you're a little bit intrigued.
I am a little bit intrigued, but then, like, we did have a little bit of a brainstorming session where we thought of ways to improve
the method.
The method,
Yeah.
But
Well,
now I wish my couch accommodated for this method.
It's
I
not
actually
a perfect
have.
life hack, but I mean,
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
pretty good.
It's a pretty good life.
I felt
Darn
pretty
good.
comfortable when I was doing it.
We should probably explain it because
What is
people are
it?
probably yelling at us. So what it is you lay on your couch. These particular couches don't have arms or anything, so you can put your head off the edge of the couch and then like rest your chin on the edge of the couch,
like you do.
and then so you're just laying there making no moves at all, which is one of the greatest things of all time.
That's a good feeling.
It's a pretty good feeling.
Because you've had
but-
a long day at work, you just want to,
Yeah,
Or you've just been sleeping.
yeah, or you've just like been doing nothing and you want to do less.
and you want to do even less. You want to do absolute
And
zero.
this is how you do it. Listen up, bitches.
But
Oh.
if in this day and age, you need to be entertained at all times using digital media. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna slap your phone on the ground, and you're just gonna watch that sucker. And
Right.
you're gonna turn it on to YouTube or Netflix. You're gonna turn on your favorite show, or your
So-
favorite vid from Jake Paul.
Are you
Oh,
gonna
no.
put in like
Stop,
a
don't do this.
diagram on like the video?
Yes, I'm
We'll
gonna
get a picture.
insert a photo of me doing this. Actually, we can insert a video of Dane roasting
Doing
me.
this.
Wait, did you
It
take a
wasn't-
video of me?
Yeah, it wasn't a roast though. It was a
instructional video.
yeah. It was a behind the
It's a life hack.
scenes because throughout the video we were
were workshopping it.
deliberating on how to improve the method.
I feel like the key part of this is at the end, after you are looking towards the ground, you have your phone on the ground, you just put your arms like to your side and plank, and then you're just limp at that point.
And you've
you're
achieved
just not-
nirvana.
yeah,
I thought he was gonna have his arms like
yeah, like cross or
Cross
something.
his face.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
but it
lay
was really
down,
just
but-
like arms at the side, like face
The
straight
key
down.
here, you know how you lay when you're sleeping, you keep your arms like, I don't know about you guys, I don't
Arms to
cross
the
my
side.
arms over my head and like lay on my arms, but your arm's gonna fall asleep, all right? That's not comfortable. Do you guys do this?
I
Yeah.
mean, I sleep on my
I don't,
side with
I don't,
my
sleep like
I don't
arms
this,
sleep.
underneath my
I
yeah.
don't
pillow.
sleep on my back because I'm scared of dying.
I
How
guess
does
that's
that
a valid
follow?
fear.
It's not funny. It's
How would you die?
I'm pretty sure I saw a picture though, like of
happens,
how
man.
like Christian kids are supposed to sleep, hands above the sheets to your
Oh,
side.
yeah.
oh
so you
yeah,
don't,
so that
Like,
like,
get tucked
so you
in.
don't touch yourself down there.
oh
Wait,
yeah,
Dane, how would you die sleeping on your back?
Yeah, I'm still
It's
interested in that.
Dead people sleep on their back.
yeah. Have you ever seen
But
a
how
dead
do they
person
get
sleeping
there?
on their side?
I've
People
never
put 'em
seen
in
a
the
dead
coffin,
person
like
Cause
sleep.
of death? laying on back.
I've watched enough CSI to know what happens when you lie on your back. All right.
You're so vague. What?
No, I don't know. It was just
is a bit.
It was a bit. It was a bit. Yeah.
So the point of that was your full relaxation. You're not using a muscle in your body. And when you have your arms up like that, that is just 1 ounce of extra energy that you don't need to use.
Cultures achieve the final form of humanity.
The final form.
Where we just don't use any energy whatsoever, perfectly conserving our energy.
Now,
He just
While
needs
being
to take
stimulated.
his brain out and put it in the machine.
yeah, no, this is the thing. I feel like, might I suggest investing in an iPad or some sort of larger tablet device?
yeah.
Because
or when I
100%.
say a TV, which happens to be right in front of you.
yeah, but
No,
the
they have
TV,
those-
Then you're
most
not
of the
laying
time
down.
the TV is going to be too large to place on the floor and accurately see.
And that's why you go sideways.
No, the true perfection here would be if you installed a TV that just comes out of your ceiling, like on the ceiling.
I've seen like bunk beds where someone like tapes it to the roof of the upper bunk.
I mean, that is sketchy.
But then you'd be lying on your back, and the chance of death.
You're
increases.
gonna die
It's
immediately.
true. It's true.
I will say they do have like for people that are disabled and they can't use like their limbs. They have like shit in their mouths. They can
I've seen,
navigate
like-
shit with their tongue.
I've
Oh,
seen
yeah,
things of
yeah.
like when like weird contraptions of like phone holders that you just like strap to your chest while you lay down, and it's
That's what I was talking about earlier when I was like, why don't you just get a brace or something like on your like chest that holds
That's-
up, like the GoPro mount.
That seems like
sort
too
of.
much.
Or like
work.
with people in the like marching bands, they have the freaking
Oh, yeah.
stands. That
Yeah. Why don't you just get one of those but put your damn iPad on
I
there?
remember one time I had a conversation with some friends about like being able to eat soup while driving. We were trying to think
that's
of
dangerous.
contraptions.
Oh, that sounds like a
add-ons
Sunny
you can
episode.
put into your car, like maybe like a bowl that comes out of the steering wheel that you could just like.
But it
That
would
could
have
be
to be
cool.
perfectly stable, even if
exactly
it was
like a
perfectly stable.
gyroscope.
But imagine when you
Like
get
a
the spoon.
Steadicam.
Yeah,
then you'd have
like
to
a
get
gimbal.
the spoon while you're driving, and that's where you're gonna start spilling.
We were drunk, high, watching football, and we were just like, man, soup
In the car.
while driving.
Like imagine if you had soup in the car,
Now,
cup of noodles.
what
now you
if,
can
Oh, I
do
thought you were
that.
saying you're drunk high in the car.
no,
while
not
you're
in the
eating
car.
soup.
We weren't even
You
in
could
the
be
car.
in
We
the
were
car,
watching
I mean, it doesn't
football.
matter.
Yeah, but
If you're eating soup in a car, you're probably drunk or high at that point. Let's be real.
but like with the new EDUR, you can even do that.
That's true. Okay, so what would be the contraption? What would it be?
We were
Magnets.
we were
The
thinking about
gyroscope makes sense. Accelerometer built into the.
Yeah.
That's so
I don't
much.
even remember the contraptions that we thought of. I think like
Because what if you just use a straw?
the straw. Yeah, like I think the straw did come up, but there's no like temperature regulation. through
Yeah.
there.
Have you tried to like eat soup through a straw? You're like asking to burn your
Plus,
mouth
what if
on
there's
that.
chunks?
Yeah.
You need like a boba straw.
No, this is the thing. This is the thing.
A
So
boba
what if-
straw.
So what
You've
if-
cracked it.
So what if is this supposed to be something that you can refill while you're driving? Is it supposed to be?
Yeah,
like
you just
a-
stick your bowl in there and then.
Oh, okay. So what
Stick
if?
your bowl.
So what if
Dispenser.
you just put the bowl, like you have a bowl specifically designed for this machine that you place into the contraption, like a bowl, like mechanism or like a globe, and then the thing seals on top, vacuum seals it, and then the straw regulates temperature on its own by using like water filtration something rather, but it has like ice or something cold in there, like cold air. And it just cools down the soup that goes through the
I was gonna
straw.
say ice again
it's
because you can just
powered
put
by-
ice into your
Okay.
soup.
Right,
How
and then
about
this is
this?
powered by
Ice
your car
into your
because it's just
soup.
because it's plugged
Yes,
into
it
your
will
car.
dilute the
Watered
soup.
down soup.
How about this?
We drink
No,
watered down
that's
Coke
why
every
you
day.
put it in the straw, but it's
don't.
not
I never
ice. It's
put
just
ice
a cold like air or something.
What if you take your soup and bear with me? You put it into a travel mug
And you just.
and then you just drink it.
Yeah.
I don't want to get pulled over.
You're
We've
not.
already
You're not allowed to
outlined.
touch anything or drink anything while you're driving now.
I'm surprised you can breathe.
fuck the cops, then.
when you're
Have you heard
driving.
about this new law, Jordan?
Well, I'm gonna get arrested every morning. I drink a cup of coffee on the way to work every day.
You can't
so-
do that anymore.
It's actually a secondary offense. If you get pulled over for something else,
Oh.
then you can get charged.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like they just can see you drinking and pull you over. It's like, but let's be honest.
Alright.
Like they're gonna
They're gonna
find
find
some
they're gonna find
bullshit
something
reason.
stupid. They're gonna be like, that tire was swerving a little bit on the left side of the road over there. Or
Didn't like the
tire."
color of your car.
Yeah, I didn't like.
Your skin.
That's more
That's
likely.
very real.
Sir, I don't think that's against the law.
Well,
I'm
It is
drinking
now.
that coffee is, bitch.
And then you're like, yeah, fuck you, it's soup, bitch. And it's like,
Fuck
oh,
you. This
shit.
is
Oh damn!
this is basil tomato, bro.
What you got there? Chicken
tomato bisque.
Give me some of that.
Oh, dude, what if you wanted to have grilled cheese with it? What would you do then?
The
Blend it.
Because you
Bring
can't
grilled
have
cheese with
because you
you.
can't
Blend
no
it.
because you can't hold either of those things.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
Why not?
Because Mr. Copper Schnopper is going to get you.
Have a wheel attachment that holds the sandwich for you.
Like a
that'd be
selfie,
good.
just attach a selfie stick to it, and then attach the grilled cheese there, and you'd have to like while you're like turning the wheel, have to like move your mouth and like try to like get it. But
Well, that's why you have it on a track on the wheel. So as you turn it, it just stays in place and moves.
yeah, so that'll definitely happen.
Pioneering your food and driving experience.
Look, one day we'll need this sooner than you think.
Just like
I mean,
Wall-E.
Yeah.
Listen, as long as we're cutting out corners here, that's all I ask.
Look,
I want
weren't
to
we-
be as lazy as possible.
Weren't we
so.
talking just the other day that you wanted to be in a Wall-E machine?
Yeah, I mean, I did say I wanted to be in a Wall-E machine. I'm just saying if it happened,
You
that's
entertained
fine.
the idea of it.
That happened. That's fine.
What happened was you were okay with being in a Wall-E machine if it meant that you could just float out of your house in this machine into your car, and the car would drive you to wherever
Yeah, I
you wanted
don't
to go.
I still like. I'm being 100% serious. I don't see why you think that's ridiculous.
It's so weird.
Also, those people don't have to work. They
Yeah.
just consume
Look,
media all
Tom,
day.
you didn't hear
That's
this.
true.
So, imagine a situation where you're part of the Wall-E people. You're very you can't move anymore by yourself. You need help with a
You're super fat.
Yeah, with a levitating kind of chair.
I'm not with this.
And so, well, listen, it happened
Yeah.
already. You have to be with this part. This,
All right,
this
all
part
right.
This is
goes
it.
with
This is society.
And then you have to go to work, right? And you're like, well, how am I going to get to work? Well, it's in the future. The car drives itself. And then Dane says, well, how are you going to get like from your chair like into the car? Inside the car, it's just nothing in there. The car drives itself. You don't need a steering wheel. You don't need a chair if you have your own floating chair, right? So you just float the chair into the car.
So the floating chair interfaces with the car.
No, it doesn't need. It just stabilizes in there. It's the car understands. Every car has to work like that. Everyone's in the.
Why
floating
do you
chair.
need a car? Why can't the floating chair
It's
just...
not fast enough. There's
Okay.
they're not.
There's
fast enough.
limitations, the speed limitations.
Lols.
So
I like
then
how
you
you
just
thought
to
of
the
that.
hardware?
Did you think of that before? You were like, maybe
was
the
on the
chair
fly,
could just
I
go.
think.
How can I make this work?
It's a speeder chair.
So you just get in your car. It stabilizes you using some sort of future mechanism, and then you're good. You're just in the chair, and the car just goes.
I like how we're like, oh, like future tech will take care of this, future tech will take care of that, but we still need cars.
Yeah.
I mean, they're robot cars, Coulter. I mean, what? You
Why
think we're
not just a
gonna-
monorail
You
or
think
like
we're gonna teleport? Come on.
future tech?
Yeah, well, come on, man. The future will take care of it.
Trains are too loud, which is why we don't have bullet trains here.
Man, what if they just like made clones of us in the place that we wanted to be, then killed off this version, and then like,
like
you don't
Looper?
even need
I
a
don't wanna be
chance.
killed.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
No,
Now we're getting
that's when
too
shit
far.
gets wild.
That's
when
actually the
bodies
premise
start
of
to
Soma.
deteriorate.
If you guys didn't already know.
Spoiler alert thing.
But okay, that's enough to talk about being lazy and also chicken noodle soup and robot cars.
Futuristic cars. That went off the rails fast.
It did.
I want to bring something up real quick. Dane, I think you owe everyone at home an apology for your indiscretions the past few weeks.
It's
Thank
true.
you.
It's true. Look, I've been going through some hard times, and because of this, I had a stroke. 2 weeks in a row.
That's rude. That's rude. 3 actually.
3 weeks in a row. Wait, was it?
Because the first one was you hit the space bar and then
Oh,
stopped
that's
your
true,
recording.
that's
Second
true.
one was you deleted the audio. Third one was you didn't select the mic.
Yeah. So we've taken care of the punishments
Have we?
off camera. I have.
All right.
You did it yourself.
I'm scared of what that
I took
means.
care of it. Okay, it's done.
Right?
It's done.
So I took care of it. What? So it's all done. I did mess up, but I won't again. I love you all.
Mommy and daddy.
All right. Let's move on to something different here. I mentioned to you guys before that I had some weird shit happen to me today. It involves a purchase with Amazon that has already been completed. It also involves being somehow put onto a mailing list on my Gmail account, in which today alone I received over 5,500 emails.
No.
Wait, was it the same
inbox.
email?
Yes. No, not the same email. It was. They were all different emails. Every single email I got, 5,500 unique emails got sent to my Gmail.
Were they
account today.
addressed to you?
Yes.
What did they say?
Some of them.
Read all of them.
I have them all. They're all like spam emails that are like, hey, like my email account, like thanks for signing up for this newsletter. Hey, thanks for signing up for this. Here's your new account. And I was just like, wait, what? I didn't do any of this. And they just kept coming over and over again. I was like, what could possibly have happened at this point? And then like,
What happened?
I saw that because I was on Amazon. I was just looking at stuff. I think I was on Amazon looking if like the Super Nintendo Classic was available. It wasn't. And then I saw on one of my orders was like, 1 year of PlayStation Plus. I was like, well, I didn't buy that. Like, why is that on there? And then I saw that it got charged for like $65 and then somehow got paid with a Amazon gift card. I was like, wait, what's going on here? And so I go into my email, which is where I see how it got somehow put on a mailing list, and I literally get 5,000 emails. Like, it literally, all day I was just like, what is happening right now? Like, this is unacceptable.
So do you have a year of PlayStation Network?
No, because what happened is I went to my email and I got a thing from Amazon saying like, and because after that I checked again and there was another one. Someone also bought a mod mic, which is like a mic that attaches to anything really and works. I was like, that's like weird. Like, what is happening right now? Someone I think got access to my account, and so I went to Amazon, reset my account or whatever, reset my password, did all that, and then I looked in my orders, like it said go change your payment methods too, because maybe they got access to that. And when I went in there, I still had $165 from a Amazon gift card that hasn't been hasn't been taken away from me yet. It's still there. And I got an email from Amazon saying, hey, we're sorry to hear about your experience. This is like 2 weeks ago, I think I told you guys, I bought a keyboard for my computer.
Yeah.
I got an email from Amazon saying, hey, sorry to hear about your troubles with your Razer Black Widow Chroma keyboard. We're really sorry about that. Your refund process has gone through, and we're not asking you to return the keyboard. You can donate to charity. You can do whatever you want. The money's being refunded to your account in an Amazon gift card. I was like, oh, wait, what? What's happening right now?
Wait, so there wasn't any problems with your keyboard?
No, I didn't write that review. I didn't send any complaint in. The person who got access to my account complained about my keyboard, got me a refund for the full amount of the keyboard, and also they're not asking for the keyboard back.
Nice.
And so they just gave me $165.
What
That's just sitting in
happened?
my account. I have no idea.
So you have a free $160.
I have $160 in my Amazon account for no reason whatsoever, besides that someone complained, I think. And I just
crazy.
I don't understand.
So you have $165 in your
in my
$165
in my Amazon
account.
in my 165 account.
That's wild. So
it was
what
weird.
happened with the PlayStation Plus?
I think whatever they ordered got canceled because they were using the gift card to pay for it, which is why nothing came out of my like bank account. But since they canceled all those orders, the money is just sitting there now.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
I'm trying
And
to
why
think
didn't
of
they
what would
steal
go
your
on.
cards and stuff?
I don't know. And also,
Why didn't they do
not-
anything
not-
good?
why not use
so are
your
you compromised?
cards?
Like
Yeah.
what's happening with your debit card or your credit
it's
card?
fine. No charges have been made on them.
So you only
For now.
win.
So I got, except for the fact that I had 5,000 emails come in.
Yeah.
Spam emails that I spent hours on like Google trying to figure out how do you like unsubscribe from like fake newsletters. Try to look that up. You can't find anything. There's no information on it.
So
wait,
mass unsubscribe.
What if
or
this
something?
is a sign?
I don't know. I don't
Sign
know.
for what?
Anything.
It was just bizarre. And, like, I had to go through Gmail, figure out how to like try to set filters to like stop these emails from coming in. Like my trash account or my spam account in Gmail probably it has 6,000 plus emails in it because I somehow got signed up for like an ungodly amount of newsletters and like mailing
None
lists
of
and
this
stuff.
adds up.
Maybe it's time to switch your email. to
That's the
new-
thing is like if you're like what if your main email address that you use was compromised? You'd have to go
Yeah.
into every single account you use and change the email address on it, which is a nightmare. Like I would
Thinking
have-
about that just makes
yeah,
me really
like
stressed.
think like oh well I'd have to do it for like my computer. I'd have to do it for everything on my computer, all my subscriptions, all my like on Xbox, on PS4, on literally every single device I use. I would need to make a new email on that, and that's not worth it. So instead, I just decided to somehow find a way
all
to
those
stop the spam
emails.
emails coming in. I've cleaned out my inbox now, but
So what are you gonna do if this happens again?
I mean, if it happens again, then at that point, I'll probably have to make a new email address and I'll become a new person at that point.
That's insane.
Witness protection.
Just change it to like
become a
Pete
new man.
Miller.
Well, that'll
Morton
be
Giller.
weird.
Morton Giller.
Mormon Miller.
Mormon Miller. Yeah, just be Mormon.
But yeah, it was just.
I got 5,000 emails, so I just changed
So-
religions.
I will adopt
The Church of
religion if I
Latter-day
get
Saints
5,000.
welcomed me with open arms.
But yeah, it was bizarre. And so I think I'll check my
That's
Amazon
insane.
account right now. I think I still have that money on my account.
When
What are you gonna do with it?
Honestly, the thought crossed my head. I was like, should I email Amazon and be like, this isn't mine. Like, this is not my money. Someone fucked you.
They're listening.
but-
They're
Don't be a
listening
good
to-
person.
Yeah.
And then I was like, But it's $165. I mean, it's just sitting
that's a
there.
decent amount of
So
money
I don't
It's
know what
also
to
a
do.
big corporation.
Yeah, listen,
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
it's a
You
drop
worked
in the
hard for
bucket
that
them.
money,
It's a
dude.
drop in the bucket for them. But also, I didn't actually work hard for that
Yeah.
money because I
Well,
already spent
you
that
got
money.
emailed
Go
5,000
They
ahead.
times.
clearly don't need it if they just threw it out
That's
to you like
true.
it was nothing and didn't ask for the
Yeah,
keyboard back.
that was the other thing. I was like, wow, like whoever, like, and I couldn't find the review, like, or whatever complaint they
From
sent.
your account?
Yeah, because the email came from my account and said, hey, Jordan, like, sorry to hear about your problems, but there was no prior email
Oh,
to
so
that.
someone clearly, like,
Just like,
confirmed that someone left the review or whatever
yeah,
on your...
from
on your
Amazon.
account.
I just don't know what it said.
That's so
or-
weird.
It's bizarre. It was a strange situation.
Weird.
Let's see if I still have the money.
Drum roll, please.
I do. It's still in there. And it
If
may
it's
be
there
somehow-
after, like, a week, I would just buy something.
just like, listen, I'm
Let's be real, Dane. You would have no interest in emailing them to give the money back.
Like it's
Oh, 100%.
That would never cross your
Not
mind.
do that.
Yeah.
But the thing is like I would wait because I remember I had a thing happen to that with Amazon where like it was when I was ordering my computer parts. I ordered like, what was it? I think it honestly was my keyboard or my mouse or something, and like got delayed in shipment, and so they're like, oh, sorry about like it was supposed to be there on like Monday, and this was like Wednesday, and I was like, where's my like whatever it was, and they're like, oh, so sorry, like we'll take care of that, and then I got a refund on my card of the amount, but it still said that it was in transit and shipping. And so for a couple days I just had like the money, like how much it cost, like $60 or whatever, like in my account, like on my debit card. And then like a week later it got charged again. So like I don't know what they did, but whatever they did caused it to like be returned to my card and then leave again. And so I was like, oh well, I mean I didn't get charged for this thing, so I'll just go buy another piece of equipment that I need. But I didn't do it. I waited.
yeah.
So something I thought it could have been something like that where like they mistake. I don't know. But
No.
I don't think it's a mistake though, because they
No.
they like,
Because in your
alerted you.
situation, I think what might have happened is that because they charge you when it ships and it didn't ship on that day, so like, oh, we mistakenly charged you. It didn't actually ship. Here, we're gonna put it back and charge you when it does ship. In this one, they literally just gave me a $165 gift card.
Mm-hmm.
And
What
then,
if?
I've heard of that happening before. That people have said like Amazon doesn't ask you to like return the item depending on what it is.
in the email it's like you don't have to send it back. You can do whatever you want with it. I was like,
Where you're like, I'm gonna use the keyboard.
I mean, it works perfectly. I was
Yeah.
gonna write a 5-star review, but someone beat me to it, I guess.
Jeez.
I was gonna say, what if that email that you got from them saying, "Here's this money back," is fake, but you still have the money in your account? So
Yeah, and so it's probably real.
But what if it's like a test, and you and you pay with the money?
God
so,
is
like,
actually
this
on
is
the
a
other side of
holy
that.
Mormon
Again,
test.
that's
Yeah.
the
Email.
what if like
This
I was-
is your initiation into the Church of Latter-day
and
Saints.
this is part of me trying to be a nice person, also part of me being like, what if I get rewarded for being a nice person? And I was like, what if I email these people and say, hey, you guys, you mistakenly gave me this money, and they're like, hey, you're a fucking nice person. Here's another $165.
That's absolutely
I
not.
don't
Like,
think
Now,
that's
what
not
if?
gonna happen.
No, that's the thing. Like they wouldn't. You're not really a nice person if you're thinking about doing that because you'll get rewarded for being a nice
I
person.
mean, listen, if the end,
deep. Got him.
And if anything, they'll be like, oh, just keep it.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
feel
they're
like
gonna take it
that's-
back.
Or what
from
if they
me.
just
That's-
acknowledged it? They were just like, oh, I bet you
Okay.
want a reward, huh? You're not. That's not how this world works.
In fact, let me take $165 from you.
So yeah, it
And then
was
they email
bizarre.
you again. It's like, oh, P.S. We want that keyboard. That keyboard's ours, bitch.
Like I at first I thought my account was just completely compromised because when I saw that stuff on Amazon, I went to my Gmail and there was just like 300 emails in there. I was like, no, like I don't get that many
goodbye,
emails.
world.
I don't get that many emails in 3 months, let alone 1 hour.
That's
And like they
such
just
a
kept
strange,
like flowing in. It was a nightmare, but
it's a strange turn of events.
yeah. So for the record, everyone, if you're listening out there, don't let your email get subscribed to newsletters because they'll just get spammed nonstop.
But maybe do let it happen because you'll get $165 in your Amazon account.
Like the other thing is like, hey, maybe the person who like got into my account was like sign me up for the newsletter, and then but also they were like, well, what if I give this guy like some money because I did that? And so then they went through and did the thing.
So they had like remorse halfway
yeah,
through.
but also that's not how it
Hackers'
happened
remorse.
because they tried to buy stuff on my account. So
Yeah.
They wanted that PS Plus, dude.
1 year of it. They bought 1 year of it,
valuable.
and then also later bought like a 3 month. Like there was it was
They were
either
stocking up,
yeah,
man.
I was like, oh, all right.
What if before this whole thing happened, if someone said, "Okay, we're gonna send you 5,000 emails, but we're gonna give you $160 on your Amazon account," would you do it?
I'm in.
Yeah, like
Getting
getting all those
easy.
emails is inconsequential.
So there we go. It was worth it. You have no reason to
It
complain.
was. I mean, listen.
Look, it had a happy
About
ending.
the money. Yeah, I mean, I'm still getting those emails. They're just being passed through my. They're not stopping my inbox anymore. They're just going straight to the trash. But they're still coming.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
Interesting.
Like, if I look, I think about 2,000 of them are from WordPress. So if you look at my spam account, it's just like it just says WordPress, just hundreds of times.
Are there any hot singles wanting to have sex?
In your area.
Yeah.
Any
hot moms?
I saw one that said like sexy something, but most of them.
And you did click on it.
See, the thing is, most of them aren't. I don't know if they're legitimate, but most of them are like blogs of people, which is what WordPress is. They're all blogs of people. Some of them were like actual businesses where it was like, hey, thanks for signing up for like our northern like Arizona hospital newsletter. I was like, what is happening right now? It's weird. Don't let this happen to you.
It's strange.
Speaking of those things that are like hot girls in your area or whatever, have you ever seen one that's like ugly girls ready to fuck or something like that? It's like, what?
No, I only get.
What do you think I aspire to?
Yeah. Like, you think I'm just gonna like stoop that low? Not even an internet creep. I was gonna be like, all right, I mean, she's down.
I guess. I mean,
Maybe that's what they think they're worth and they can get.
Yeah, I only get all the hot ones after me, so it's.
I just want to know who clicks on that. Like when it shows like the notification at the top, that makes it look like there's a, especially on the iPhone, when it looks like it's like a banner notification
and
at the
it's
top.
like someone's calling you.
Yeah, like a text or a call, and then you're like, oh shit, like sexy mom number 789 is calling me.
She's
like,
trying to call me. I can't
like,
leave her hanging.
Yeah, I can't. Like, I don't want to. I have to be a stand-up guy.
What if you like? But sometimes people will like accidentally click on it. No, you're like, I got X out of these ads, and then you just, I missed the X, and then you click on it, and then you get taken to like the app, like
And
the
you get
app
taken.
store.
But then
you have
maybe
to talk to this mom.
It's like,
it's like, and she's single.
You have to let her down.
Hey, mommy.
She's hot.
Yeah, she's hot. She's in your area.
She's ready to
Yeah.
fuck.
It checks all the boxes. How do you know it's not real?
I mean, there's only one way to find out, right?
All right, let's
I'm clicking
watch
on the
some
I'm
porn right
clicking on
now.
the
Clicking
next
it.
ad. I'm clicking on the next ad.
Click on hot mommy near you. Let's go.
Or
And I come over here, I'm like, Coulter's mom? What the fuck?
Oh no.
Goals.
Boom.
That's great. It's gonna be like that Pina Colada song.
Oh, yeah.
How so?
At the end, like he was talking about how he was like unhappy with his marriage, and he like looked in the newspaper and found that lady who wanted to meet up, and so then he met up with her, but it turned out to be his wife, and they were both unhappy
both
with their
unhappy.
marriage, and
They
branching
both found out they liked pina coladas,
But
getting
then-
caught in the rain.
Mhm. And they found
But
out
they hated
that
each
they
other.
no, they found out that they were actually meant for each other.
Oh.
They discovered true love.
Like, listen, I know we were both trying to find different people, but let's just forget about that and just realize that we're with each other now. So,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, it goes down either one or two ways. Like, you get super fucking mad or you just laugh.
It's like,
And then
that's
you're
so
like,
weird.
well, that was kind of weird, huh? Let's drink
let's
this pina colada and hang
let's
out.
just not remember this anymore.
Mhm.
All
Well,
right, so yeah, that
well,
was an
good.
eventful day.
That
Well-
is just baffling to me.
Yeah, it was a weird situation. Ultimately, I came out ahead, but
But for how long? At what cost?
Yeah, how long is it till FBI comes?
they're
Yeah.
like, listen, I know you have that 160. I saw Amazon.
You just wake up in the middle of the night to a sound of a
just
helicopter
get
just
taken.
flying around your roof, and it's like, step out of the building. We know you have the credit
More
from the keyboard you didn't return.
All right, well, now that's
Jordan
enough of
Robert
that.
Miller.
How dare you dox my middle name?
Bleep it out.
All right,
I won't.
All right, Ton. So Spitfire right now. Favorite movie?
Fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna say now that, like, it's hard for me to choose favorites. I never have favorites, but one movie that will always, like, I'll sit down and watch is just Scott Pilgrim.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's a good one.
it's a good ass movie.
We're all big fans of Scart Pilgrim on the podcast.
Scarlet Pilgrim. That is a really good movie.
If you haven't seen it, watch that movie. It's pretty cool.
Favorite
like
video
it?
game.
Probably Chrono Trigger.
Ooh.
It's a good
Yeah.
one.
Did you? This is a time to grill you on if you've listened to our previous podcast or not. Dane last episode talked about the top 20. This came from Japan, but it was a fan like top 20 top 20 RPGs from Japan.
Okay.
I think Chrono Trigger was like
It was in the top 5.
Yeah.
It might have been number 2.
I was gonna say like 2 or 3. I think that
They voted Persona 5 as number 1, which was a hot take.
that's upsetting to me. Also, the fact that I don't want to get back into it. I've said enough. Listen to the last episode if you want to hear me
I didn't watch the last
rail
one.
that.
You fucked up.
Yeah, but
That's okay.
I will say, yeah, Chrono Trigger has a special spot in my heart. It's just like that was probably the first RPG I've ever played.
Oh, that'll
just
do it.
The soundtrack is tight. All the sprites just look so good, and the story is just spot on.
My first time playing that game was on the DS.
That one's a
when it
good
got
port.
re-released.
Yeah.
I didn't beat it, but I played quite a bit of it. It's real cool.
That time travel aspect, pretty neato.
A lot of weird different endings.
Oh yeah, all the different endings and like how if you do something in the past, it affects
Mm-hmm.
the future.
It's
I feel like that game
yeah.
was very ahead of its time.
It has a lot of replayability.
But also, it was incredibly well received when it came out.
Yeah, yeah. In that sense, it's not ahead of its time. But if you think about it, like no other game on the SNES.
SNES, yeah.
There's no way any other game was doing stuff like that. Like
I mean,
To that
Final
extent?
Fantasy 6 is close.
that's true.
Not quite the same.
But like as in terms of a gameplay mechanic, time
Yeah.
travel is it's pretty unique.
All right, least favorite game.
Least favorite game. I bought Star Ocean for the PS4. It was
Ooh.
pretty lackluster.
I
Also,
didn't hear good things about that.
yeah. I just got Digimon World 2. Like not 2 as the number, but like TOO. It's like the newest one. I don't remember what it was called, but like I started up. I didn't even make it past the tutorial because the tutorial was just so like lackluster and just didn't like. I don't know.
What console is this on?
PS4,
Was it Digimon
Really?
Cyber Sleuth?
not Cyber Sleuth. It was fucking.
Because I heard the Cyber Sleuth ones were cool.
I heard those ones are good, but this latest one was pretty lame. It was supposed to be like a callback to the like first Digimon game, but like
on the PS1.
on the PS1.
I remember
Oh,
playing
the
that
one
one.
with Poopmon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we played that one.
Like, and it's the same premise too. Like, you raise like your.
Is it just like a
Digimon.
remake of that one?
It is not a remake. You get
Oh.
2 of them, but like the thing is like the tutorial stage. It's just like so. I don't know.
Boring.
So boring. It's just like
Damn.
they do that whole thing where they give you everything in the beginning and
Oh.
then they take it away, but
Yeah.
they just don't do it right. And just so the world they build isn't very good. It's not very immersive, I guess, and the voice acting is just real shit.
Yeah, one of my least favorite things in games, like,
That hits all the wrong boxes.
is
It
when
does.
they
Yeah.
like look at this great power and then they take it away from you, which is like that's like, what's the point of doing that? Like, just
That's
I'd
like
rather
the-
start
that's
from the bottom
Metroid
and then-
effect.
build up to that. For
Yeah.
if you're gonna do it anyways, why? Like, I guess there's like, oh, look how cool you can be. It's like,
And
well,
it's also like to
whatever.
hook you in from the beginning, I guess.
There are
but the
s-
trick is to make it badass from the beginning, and then you get
Yeah.
more badass as you go through.
I
rather
think
than
they did that
stripping
with
it.
Symphony of the Night with Castlevania.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do it with a lot of castle, and like Metroid Prime does that. At the beginning of Metroid Prime, you're like a badass, and then you lose everything.
Yeah.
Like, did they do it with Batman? No, Batman did that the right way, because at the beginning of Arkham City, you have all your stuff from Asylum, and you just build on it, and then they do that with Arkham Knight also, which is awesome. Because then by the end of those games, you're like, man, I started out like
Pretty badass.
I was the total badass right from like the first fight, but now I'm like unstoppable. That's why it's cool.
it's a common trope in video games for sure.
Yeah,
But
it
they
needs
just
to go away.
Yeah,
Oh, another thing, like with the tutorial, they'll like stop the gameplay just to explain
Oh.
everything, and it's just
Oh,
like,
that's
God, I
bad.
don't want to like watch all this shit. I don't want to listen to you explain this shit.
that is kind of
That's a sin.
one of like my biggest problems when I was playing Persona 5 is that like, and I feel I understand why like that is a like pretty complex game if you haven't played the Persona games before, but I have played them before, and so when I'm going through like the first 10 to 20 hours, like every single time like there's new tutorial stuff popping up, and I just want the game to let go. Like, I just want to play the game. I don't need you to tell me like the simple things that are happening like this far into the game, and it's annoying when the game just doesn't let you play it and instead it just keeps trying to tell you things that you probably know already.
Yeah, I get that. I feel like that game was really important to Atlas, though. Like, there was a lot riding on that game, and I feel like a lot of new people were going to play that. And those games are... I mean, this one was even more complex than 4. So I feel like it's necessary.
It's like,
But
if the game is really good, it'll be able to tell you how it works just by playing it.
Yeah.
Without even having to explain,
like,
really.
It did
have it happen with action going on. Like, my problem is that, like, when you're playing that, you'll be playing and then it'll just pause and have a screen pop up, and it's like, you couldn't have just told me that, like, in a cut, like in a scene, or like have it play out
true.
by itself. Like, why does it have to just be a static screen?
That's true.
Like, yeah, I don't want to get into it, but that bothers me. All right. Least favorite movie.
Least favorite movie.
Maybe least favorite movie that you've, like, recently seen.
Yeah,
Recently
memory.
seen. Okay. Let's see.
The correct answer is Suicide Squad.
Oh,
No.
Jesus.
No.
Like,
there
I didn't
has to be
even
another
think
one.
that's so bad.
That's so
Yeah.
horrible, dude.
But yeah, that is definitely like up there with the worst.
Yeah.
But even Batman v Superman wasn't even like good
Oh
either.
no. Yeah, that one wasn't good.
Still haven't seen it yet, but
Don't watch it.
Yeah, I don't.
Really don't watch it.
I'd probably say one of the worst good movies, I guess. Like, I'd say I haven't watched that many movies lately, but like I've seen like Wonder Woman, like all those superhero movies. But I think with Wonder Woman, it was like a safe movie. It wasn't like fantastic. It wasn't bad. But it was like, okay, this is like good enough. Like, this is something to build a world off of,
right.
and like follow suit. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like Wonder Woman at this point also has a lot of hype behind it, so it's kind of hard to. It's important to, like, separate yourself if you're like, not even just for Wonder Woman, for anything really. Like, if everyone's like, oh, this is an amazing thing, and like, if you go in being like, wow, this is just gonna blow my mind, and then it doesn't, it kind of makes you like not.
Yeah,
like
Wonder
it
Woman
that much
didn't
more.
blow my mind, but it was like a complete 180 from Batman versus Superman, and like, or any recent DC movie, like especially Suicide Squad. Like, after watching Wonder Woman, I was like, I wasn't angry. Like, I didn't leave the theater just being like, what the fuck did I pay for? Like, I actually just had fun, and I was like, that was a fun movie. Like, I'm glad I saw that at the theater. Like, it was cool. It was a fun movie to watch. Like, with Suicide Squad especially, but also with Batman vs Superman, I left the theater just questioning why I paid money for it. Like, it was just not entertaining. Yeah, just bad. But Wonder Woman was not bad. And I feel like that's kind of unfair to Wonder Woman to be like,
Yeah.
well, it wasn't Batman versus Superman, so I guess it was all right. Like, I feel like it's a genuinely, like, good movie. Not amazing, but good.
All right. Well.
Favorite TV show?
Ooh.
Favorite TV show? As of right now, it's probably Rick and Morty.
Okay.
Nice.
If you haven't seen that, you should. I'm looking at you, Coulter.
I've seen most of the first season.
Yeah, it's just probably one of the smarter written shows on TV right now.
All right. I'm gonna have a hot take here. I saw the pilot episode for Rick and Morty, and it made me not want to watch the rest of it. Can you please try to sell me on the rest of it?
They have an episode where they just watch TV, but it's intergalactic TV, and like literally it's just all improv. Pretty much all the TV shows is just improv, and the writers just fucking say whatever shit they want to say on like the fucking like TV, and then the animators just write or they draw all that stuff. So like
that's neat.
Weird stuff happens on that, and it's just like if you like any type of sci-fi or like they have any type of like they go through all these different tropes and stuff, and they kind of recycle some stuff from movies, but they throw their own twist on it.
Are they like paying like respect, like homage to the movies, or are they?
Because right off the bat, that show is just kind of like it's kind of a riff on Back to the Future.
Yeah, but it's like Back to the Future if they were drunk.
If it was funny.
if it was funny.
Yeah.
And they do have one episode where they just completely rip off the what's it called? The Purge.
Okay.
But it's actually like pretty good because I won't really explain it. They just it's just the Purge, but
They use like the premise of the Purge to like write a
they write a story.
Yeah.
I do feel like after watching, I think I've seen like 6 or 7 episodes of the first season, and I feel like it never goes where I expect it to.
Exactly.
Like, it's very unpredictable.
It goes off the rails all the time.
It goes off the rails, and as you're watching the episode, you're like, how did we get here? Like, what is happening right now? And it's not in the way where, like, you're thinking, like, oh, they're just doing this to, like, create the most ridiculous scenario and get the laughs out of us. It's, like, a genuinely interesting storyline and, like, progression through, like, crazy stuff that happens.
It escalates,
and it's just, like,
and
it's so well written. Like, the writing is really good in that show.
And there are times where I'm watching, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? How
what is going on?
Hell? There's this one episode, I think it's like 2 or 3 episodes into season 2, like, you should definitely watch that. Like, I'm just sitting there, I'm like, oh my god, like, I can't even keep up. This is so crazy. What is happening?
The one with, like, the giant, like, what was it? It was like a giant baby, or like a giant, like, it's in season 1. There's like a giant, like, creature or something that, like,
was it the giant planet? Hobo?
Yeah.
That one's pretty good.
That one's so wild, and, like, I like the Scary Terry stuff.
And that episode begins, like, just as a ripoff of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And then it just like escalates
with the professor who's like a amiibo or whatever, or amoeba.
They make
amoeba.
An amoeba, yeah. They make an amusement park inside of a hobo. And
and they're driving around like in like the Jeep or whatever, like Jurassic Park, and the professor is just an amoeba. And he's like the classic like you know, bumbling professor character. It's great.
I know a lot of people who like really like who highly praise Rick and Morty, and like granted I've only seen one episode, so I should definitely watch more to like, get it on it. But
the first episode, like, I liked the first episode, but I think it gets better from there.
It definitely does. I feel like with a lot of shows too, the first episode isn't going to be representative of what it's going to be later. Like
unless it's Breaking Bad.
That's true. Yeah. Very true. But like with Parks and Rec, the first entire season is just not very good, right?
Yeah.
But you keep watching it, and it's so good later.
That's true.
Yeah, I think you could contrast that show with Family Guy, because kind of the whole show of Rick and Morty, each episode has its own discrete storyline, and it follows that storyline throughout like the entire episode, even if they're like crazy like twists and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that much Rick and Morty, but the ones I've seen, it's like a premise throughout the whole thing, at least.
Mm-hmm. And it keeps you interested.
Yeah, and I will say that it's surprising, and it like is consistent, and like I'll give it that, but it's not like, I really like Family Guy, and I like it when they're like silly jokes and like just completely non sequiturs and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. Something about Rick and Morty doesn't hit me exactly right the way it does some people. So
I feel like
I'll throw in a dissenting opinion.
I feel like having, like, this is just my thought on why I also like Family Guy a lot more than what I've seen at Rick and Morty, which is one episode. But like having one singular storyline, like from beginning to end in an episode, like if that doesn't catch you right away, then you're not going to be in on the rest of the episode. Whereas with Family Guy, it's like, all right, this joke fucking sucks. 2 minutes later, it's a completely different joke. It's a completely different scene. Like there is no like continuation there. So if it doesn't like there are episodes where I think are hilarious in Family Guy. There are jokes all throughout Family Guy that I just think are crap. But like some episodes have hilarious jokes. Some of them like all of them have just different jokes in it, which is why it's easy to like watch one episode of Family Guy and like still find something to enjoy from it.
That's true. Some episodes of Rick and Morty that I've seen, the little that I have seen, feel like it could be one of those small jokes in Family Guy, but taken like a half an hour episode around it, where you're like, and it's not, and I really do always think that it goes somewhere that you don't expect. Like in every episode I've watched, it'll start out somewhere. I'm like, okay, this is like a funny premise, but then by the end, it's like almost unrecognizable from the start.
Completely different, yeah.
And also like they'll like break rules, like they'll like kill characters, and like things will happen that get reversed with time travel, and like I don't know, it's interesting. It's part of the reason I like this is a weird comparison, but it's part of the reason I like Cowboy Bebop, is because every episode feels like it could be like its own contained storyline, and you just watch a bunch of those little adventures.
I watched
that's kind of what
video explaining about Cowboy Bebop. It was basically how saying, because each episode doesn't really have any ramifications on the overall plot,
except for like
though some of them do. Like
some of them,
I've seen it like the way like that term is used is like there's the A plot and then B plots, and B plots are like the one-off random episodes. The A plot is like in Cowboy Bebop is like Spike going after Vicious.
Yeah.
Like every episode involving that is like part of the main story. So there is some sort
And
of
there's
through
like
line through
4
there.
of those or something like that. Or, like there's not many, but there's
And like the characters, they've all reached their like, because usually in anime they'll have like the beginning point, like this character is like just starting out, and then they get to like their main arc and they finish that, and like most of these characters seem like they're after those main arcs and they're
Right.
like in the later half of their life, and like they're having to deal with the ramifications of those like main adventures that they had earlier, like with Spike. What was his story before?
he tried to run off with Julia from
Right.
the gang that they were in, the syndicate, and then and Vicious was like they were like fighting over Julia or whatever, and then Vicious like broke away and he's trying to like overthrow the syndicate.
And so like it's like each of the characters have to deal with their own shit, and like they have to go through life, and like how with anything that we have to deal with, it stays with us like how it stays with them. It's like kind of like a life story about like that kind of stuff.
I feel it.
Yeah, you can dive pretty deep into Cowboy Bebop. How like it's not really a show about like any given thing, but it's just about like life and like,
And, like,
them
drifting
living.
through
Yeah,
life.
yeah, great stuff.
All right. Well, speaking of drifting through life, we watched a movie today on this holy day, Wacky Wednesday, where we always watch a movie. Today we watched Office Space, which was
Coulter's pick.
Yes, a wild card drawing from me. I drew my wild card and I chose Office Space.
The elusive wild card made an appearance.
Indeed.
Well, we've
It was
already
shocking.
seen 2 of them already, and mine's the only one left in there.
It's true. What will you pick? Who knows?
I don't know. I mean, we'll see when that time comes. Maybe even the movie I want to pick is already I've watched it by that point. I mean, we don't know.
You never know.
But
We
yeah.
know that you want to see a Serbian film.
I might just pick that. Like,
Don't do that.
Why?
So-
You really want to see it? Dane really does not want to see it.
I mean, I'm curious, but also I feel like it would be much more of like a punch in the gut if it just showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Similar to how it would be much more hilarious if we just randomly picked Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge.
That would be funny, but ultimately would still be... That night would still end with us watching Halloween Town 2. I'm not gonna...
It's the best film
Calabar's
of
Revenge.
all time.
I mean...
You can just stop there.
That's when the
So,
podcast
It's
ends.
a great film.
It is a film.
It's my favorite film.
That smile. All right, what did we think of Office Space, boys?
I was pleasantly surprised by it. So, the last comedy... Well, we watched Hot Fuzz. That was funny. We watched Clerks. Hated Clerks. And
Within
so
15 minutes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
instant just disdain for Clerks. And so, with Office Space, I've heard a lot of
We
good
didn't
things
watch
about
all
it.
of Clerks.
No, we watched 20 minutes of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Office Space, I've heard a ton about it before. A lot of people was like, I was like, hey, watch Office Space, it's real funny. Like, I was like, oh, sure, it probably is, yeah. But
I've seen all those memes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I've
A lot
of memes.
I've
We're gonna have
heard
to-
like the name Office Space just so much, but finally watched it, and I was really surprised by how much I actually liked it. It was just all around really funny.
Yeah. I love this movie.
It's so, like, relatable.
Very.
There's just
Yeah.
nothing. Like, a lot of the jokes aren't even jokes. They're just like, oh,
That's my life.
yeah.
That just
We've all lived
sucks,
through
yeah.
that.
Basically, it's about the main character. He works a pretty mundane office job,
I don't
and
even know what The Office does either.
yeah, no one. I don't think it's ever explained.
It's something about like
They sell something.
they sell like what was it? It was like CRM systems or like
Something technical.
like record systems or whatever to
Something that
businesses
the
and
customers will have to tell the
Yeah.
engineers.
yeah, some bullshit.
The company is called Initech, and then they mention like 3 or 4 other companies, and they all have tech at the end, and it's like Iritech, Ilitech, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, he hates his life, and somehow he gets like hypnotized, and then from that point on, he just does not care about anything in his life anymore.
was
But
it-
everything works out for him.
Yeah, he gets hypnotized to have like no inhibitions or like
It's like, oh, you're gonna think like every day is like the best day of your life after this.
yeah. Man, that was one of the we all laughed at that scene where it's like, you know, like every day at work is like
The
worse
worst
than the
day of
last.
my
It's like
life.
so you could say that like every day I come here is the worst day of my life. And he's like, how's your day going? Or he's like, do you eat today? And he's like, yes.
Today's
He's
the
like,
worst day
is
of
this
my
the
life.
worst
Oh,
day of
this
your
is the
life?
worst- He's like, oh yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah, that was. I appreciate his deadpan
Yeah.
mannerisms throughout the whole movie.
It was
When he was
great.
talking to Jennifer Aniston, he's just like, I don't even remember what he said. He was just talking about how he hates his job.
He's like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm
not gonna show
I
up
can't have my
today."
job, so I stopped going.
yeah.
It's like-
And he just
It's like,
doesn't
what
care.
about like money and bills? It's like, well, I never really liked paying bills, so
Yeah.
I'm
not
probably
gonna
not
do
going to do that either.
I,
So
I
great.
appreciate this movie. Again, yeah, really relatable. Just all around. Mwah.
The thing
It's
about
good.
the thing about this movie is, like, my dad is actually the first person who mentioned this movie to me because he would always crack jokes with his coworkers about it. And I realize now that this is like, once you're an adult, this is like a rite of passage to watch this movie and then just like relate to it and feel bad with the characters, but like laugh along the way because it's all very accurate. Like, if you work food service or like any sort of customer service or retail job, I guess you could definitely like commiserate with Jennifer Aniston. And if you work like a real like 9 to 5 like adult job, you could definitely commiserate with like the three main characters. And then anywhere in between, like all aspects of life, like this movie, like not roasts it, but it has some sort of like comedic twist on just like everyday things. And yeah, you're right. Like a lot of it aren't like one-liners or jokes that they spout out. It's just kind of like, oh, this situation is so like absurd and
Yeah.
true that this is hilarious.
That's
And it's also really clever writing.
It's
There's a lot of
definitely
good writing.
written so that you can relate, because Peter doesn't really have any defining character traits about him. He's
Yeah.
very blank slate. Like, you're supposed to impose yourself on
Like
him.
he's the audience, yeah.
he's
And-
basically emotionless like during the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially after he gets hypnotized.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like every other character has some sort of weird quirk about them. There's something like different about this person, but like they're definitely someone that you can see that you are working with,
Yeah.
and like it's definitely written so that you can, be Peter.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I felt deeply relatable with that movie. I work in a cubicle. I have computers at my desk that I stare at all day, and I was just like, shit.
Was it
like,
accurate?
Yeah, this
Do
guy
you
was
play
like,
Tetris on
I was
your
like,
computer?
no, but I mean, I don't play like stuff on my computer, but I'm like, I'll go to the bathroom, just play around to like Clash Royale here while I'm like, I'll do that. But I was just like, yeah, I was like, oh, this is like real fun. Just like, and like dumb shit, like, oh, like the fucking like scanner doesn't work. It's like, well, of course it doesn't work because shit just happens all the time. It's like, copy machine doesn't fucking work because of course it doesn't. It's just like that's like funny stuff. It's like, man, this is like hitting really close to home. I actually
Yeah.
don't like it that much, but like it's funny to
Yeah.
like see that kind of stuff. So
And there's also just like, it's a movie about really boring things, like really just work, and like he's in his apartment and he's at work. There's not like really any like
Yeah.
set pieces or events that happen, but it's all just really cleverly written, and there's just like the roster of characters is great too. Like
Yeah.
there's so many subplots going on. There's like their stuff with like their little scheme they have going on. There's like Jennifer Aniston at her work, and then there's Milton, who has like this
Star
dark
character.
like undercurrent throughout the film of like he has his own arc that he goes through.
he has
It's a really
this-
good payoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he has like the most depressing like arc ever. He's just like, oh, he's working here and he's like the
It's
butt of
so
every
good.
joke. And then they're just like, oh, I mean, they're like, oh, we fixed what was wrong. It's like, now he's just gonna work here. He doesn't get paid.
Yeah.
He still gets like shit just taken
It's
from
like,
him.
wait, so you laid off Milton? And he's like, no, we fixed the glitch. It's like, oh, okay.
And it's like how like at multiple points in the movie he just like mumbled under his breath. He's just like, I'm gonna set this building on
He's
fire.
like,
Yeah.
it's
And
like,
I'm gonna set the
burn
building on fire.
He just took my
That was
stapler.
funny.
He's one of the most quoted characters in this movie, probably.
Do you think that the character from the Middle East was racist to depict him that way?
No, because
How is he?
That's
Well, it's like,
that's like a pretty it's a stereotype, like an Indian or like Middle Eastern male or female working in like IT or software engineering.
He definitely dressed like, I think, how people would imagine Middle Eastern men to dress, I guess.
There was definitely like a lot of his jokes were like the coming off of like a racial like joke at the end of
That's
it.
true,
But,
but they also address a lot of other like race or like type jokes, like in the beginning when he's in the car and he's like blasting Michael Bolton, he's blasting the
rap,
and then like a random black guy just walks along the street and he turns it down and locks the car like really quick. Like
the most like
there's moments like that where
non-threatening too.
Yeah.
He's selling flowers.
I didn't even notice that.
This movie was made in like 1999 or whatever. It takes place in like the 90s, but it was like strangely relevant seeing that kind of stuff. You're like, okay, yeah, like that is like a real thing that like would actually happen today, and like it's like I don't know if this movie is like super politically correct. Like some of its jokes are kind of bad. Like even with Milton, like clearly he's being played as somewhat of a
he has like Asperger's or like
person.
he has some sort of like social
and so it's like, okay, I don't know if like that would fly too well today, but I mean like
but they're also kind of going after like the coworker like character roster, like, oh, you have that one guy who's like a little off his rocker and like you're not sure what he's doing. You have the guy who like doesn't give a shit about his job, and like I don't know, they have the boss who's like overbearing,
the girl who has the shrill voice that just annoys
and like the lady who's like, you know, like blissfully happy about her job, and it's like someone has a case of the Mondays and like that kind of stuff. Like all of that stuff is so accurate. Like we've all had those coworkers, like one of those coworkers.
One of my favorite lines is at the end of the movie after they kind of two of the main characters, Michael Bolton and Samir, they get new jobs at the end, and then they're just like, oh, like, oh, I was like, I'm like, how are things going? Like, how's the new job? It's just like, oh, it's work.
It's work.
It's like, you're goddamn right.
There's nothing else you can say.
But yeah, I feel like this is a movie that a lot of people, probably like close to our age, probably definitely relate to as they're kind of like moving on and kind of out there and working,
this
whatever
is one
kind of job
like
they're working.
Timeless comedies, in my opinion.
Yeah,
like there's not many of them, but I feel like a lot of different like anyone. I feel like almost anyone like old enough to watch this movie would enjoy it for something. Like it's very relatable. It's not too reliant on like outdated like punchlines or anything like that. It's just like situational comedy, and it's all hilarious.
Yeah, that's the thing, is because they don't use like jokes. Like there aren't like
there's no like line in the movie that's supposed to be funny. Really, it's just like
Except
not
I'm
supposed to be
burn
inherently funny. It's just like things that sound funny because it's funny.
Yeah,
you
Timeless
definitely
is a good way to
wouldn't
put it.
like this movie as like a 13 or 14.
Yeah,
you
absolutely
would
not.
appreciate
You'd be
it
like,
all.
like, what are these people even like doing? Like, why are they even like complaining? Like, what's happening here? But yeah, it's definitely.
You have to experience hardship in your life before you watch this film.
You have to experience the pain and torture that is being an adult and working.
Yeah, overall, I highly enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's good.
Rate it.
Okay, I'll give this movie 13 cover page list TPS memos out of 15.
Nice.
That's fair.
It's pretty good.
Dang.
I would give it one red stapler out of 1.
All right.
That's the best stapler there is.
What brand of stapler though?
Shill.
What was
something?
the
I think swing line or something.
swing?
yeah,
I don't know. I'm gonna
It's
go
like
with
Singleton.
Swington.
whatever the best stapler brand there is out there. This is that.
Milton deserves it.
It's a Red
Milton
Rocket
deserves the
BB
best.
gun
yeah,
stapler.
pretty much.
Ain't no Staples brand stapler. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, this ain't no Fred Meyer like bargain bin back to school special. This is like order off like a designer website. Aluminium stapler.
Aluminium.
Tom,
Red
what would you give this
stapler.
movie?
Let's see, like 8.5 flares
Okay.
out of 10.
All right.
Got him.
You
You're
need at
supposed
least
to have
15.
yeah.
Wow.
Clearly.
Here's a flare for you.
Whoa! Coulter?
I'm on the binary scale. This is a 1. Thank you.
Boom,
Watch it.
got him.
I fuck with the binary scale.
I fuck
That's a
with
good
it.
one. I fuck with it hard.
Whoa. Hey.
If I were to rate the binary scale, it'd be 1.
Nice.
Not bad.
I was gonna say, I probably should have done this before we rated the movie. I was gonna say, if I were to say like one critical thing about it, I would say that at this point, this movie is somewhat like overexposed. It's hard to enjoy it as much as you did the first time when everything's just been like
Spoiled.
memed and spoiled and discussed to a point of absurdity. Like there's not, after a certain point, there's not much new to get from like repeat viewings or anything like that. But that's not the movie's fault.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't that really just like a good
Absolutely
thing?
not.
That,
Yeah,
like,
it's absolutely not the movie's fault. But you
Yeah.
can say things like that for like any immensely popular movie.
I get it.
Or even like a movie as similar to this as like Napoleon Dynamite or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, obviously you liked Napoleon Dynamite way more like the second time you saw it than you do now. Like you could never enjoy it as much as you did the first time.
That's true.
And it's kind of because it is
Because of its legendary status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it's one of those movies that, like, it's very rare for a movie to, like, be this universally, like, lauded and loved by, like, a lot of people. Like, it's a very popular movie.
I mean, as someone who maybe doesn't keep up on their meme knowledge as much as I should, I honestly hadn't seen like
How
too
dare
much
you.
of this movie. I mean, I've heard people say like some lines from it, and like just specific things, but I hadn't seen too much of this movie going into it, which is like
There are
It was
three
very fresh for me.
like memes that I can think of. It's the boss.
Lay it out.
The boss
Hit
being
it-
like,
hit us.
yeah, we're gonna need you to blah,
Blah
blah,
blah.
And it's just
That'd
him
be
holding
great,
the coffee
yeah.
cup.
And he's
it's-
like leaning.
Yeah.
There's the two Bobs are like, so what exactly is it that you do here?
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then Milton, and I don't even think he says this line in the friggin' movie, but it's like, was it? I was told there'd be the blank.
Oh yeah, he
Like-
says that a lot. Actually, he says
he?
like, "I was told that."
He's
blah,
like,
blah.
yeah, he
like
does
he's
say
like,
that.
I was told that, like, whenever they asked him to move desks
Yeah.
or something, he's like, oh, I was told that I wouldn't have to move my desk again, or like some
When
shit.
when they're getting cake, he's like, "I was told that I would get a piece of cake."
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
Yeah, yeah.
receive a piece of cake.
I guess I just read it in a different cadence. And like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to be, I mean, he was like mumbling a
Yeah.
lot of the time.
Yeah.
So I was just
Like,
like,
yeah.
I barely know what this guy's saying.
a lot of the times you would
But-
just hear fire and you'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
And
like,
he's
okay.
gonna burn down the place.
It
Did
was
you guys
exactly.
did you guys think he was gonna burn down the building?
Yes. After
Yeah,
he said it,
I knew it was gonna
Chekhov-
happen after.
Chekhov's arson. He mentions arson
Yeah.
in the first act. He's gonna burn down the goddamn building.
It had to pay off in some way.
It was a very good payoff in how it, like,
It
concluded
tied in with
everything
the
and
plot.
tied everything. Yeah.
That was smart to have him be the one who saves them from being caught.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all around good movie. Y'all should watch it. It's very funny.
So you can listen to these conversations and possibly even send in a question or two.
Yeah.
Has anyone sent in a question?
No,
Yeah.
Not
because
in a long time.
everyone hates us. No,
That's not.
that's
true.
not true.
They just
That's not
don't
true.
know that they love us yet.
Yeah. It's not so subtle at gmail.com. Send us your goddamn questions and we'll
Right.
talk about them on the air.
And then at the end of this podcast, we'll pull a new movie out of a
pull the
bag.
toast.
We're gonna make
out
some
of the
toast,
toaster.
Yeah, because did anyone smell that?
Do you guys?
Sourdough?
I don't think anyone knows this.
Some artisan bread.
This reference.
So we are tasteless and we make really bad jokes all the time. One of them recently is about how
Hold on. This joke has some sort of taste.
sourdough.
It's burnt toast.
Ooh, not bad.
Got him.
Hey.
Yeah, apparently there's an urban legend or some sort of old wives' tale where if you're about to have a stroke, you'll smell toast. It turns out this is not true, but whenever someone messes up in any way, stutters, like says something wrong, something happens, we're just like, wait, do you smell toast? Mm-hmm. And it's a thing now.
It's become just us saying toast. Like we'll literally just say
They're
toast.
just like toast, and we just know
It's in poor taste, I'll admit that, but
it is. But hey,
you know,
most of our jokes are.
sometimes
Definitely gets worse than that.
It's
Yeah.
that's
no, Ton, it doesn't.
no. We
Son, what are you talking about?
Ton, we are angels.
Yeah.
Anyways,
How much do you tip on your
No, we don't talk about that.
0.
so that's a story for another time.
Yeah.
Well,
Next week on how much do you not tip your waiter when they give you
Next
bad
time
service?
on how racist is Ton.
Oh yeah. Next time on the.
no, that's a different.
I'd rather not
win
have
in.
that on the
I won.
internet.
You didn't need to do that.
We can.
Moving on.
I could bleep that. Yeah, I might.
Moving on.
You can bleep that.
Will you though?
So,
I'm
Tom,
not weak. I'll
uh,
back out.
you've listened to this podcast before. You've listened to all the episodes.
Yeah, all of them.
You've
Hold
listened.
on.
You've listened to all the episodes.
All of them.
All of them.
All of
Yeah.
them.
So you know we like to talk about video games. Have you been playing anything recently? Or?
I've been playing Splatoon 2.
Sick.
Okay.
Yes.
As have I.
We need to exchange our Nintendo whatever's.
Our friend
Yeah,
codes.
Yeah.
And then we can use that
Exchange
shitty ass
some
Switch app.
nudes. Yeah.
You know what would be better than that? Just use Discord.
Yeah, that's what
we'll
I was
use
planning on
Discord,
doing.
yeah.
So yeah, I've been playing a lot of that.
How do you feel about it?
Uh,
Because I didn't play the first Splatoon.
I really like this IP. It's really fun and inventive. It's a good take on the FPS. I don't really like FPSs. Or it's not even FPS because it's third person, but
Yeah, but just shooters.
shooters in
multiplayer
general.
shooters.
I don't really enjoy them that often, but this one has a good take on it. One that I can like. It's very creative and has enough game modes to keep me like immersed or like keep me coming back for a while. And I just get really psyched when I win. I feel really bummed when I lose.
But the matches are so fast.
They're very fast.
like,
and
what, they were 3 minutes?
Yeah, or I think it's 2.
I think it's 3.
3, whatever. It's still really short,
either
but
way.
like it's short enough where you can just keep going playing
Yeah.
and playing and playing, and you don't get burnt out until like a couple hours.
I downloaded it yesterday, and I played many hours of it.
I like the customizability of your little Inklings. Like they have their own fashion trends.
That's
Yeah.
actually so. This is probably gonna shock.
It
all
shocked
our
me, for
previous
sure.
listeners.
Worldwide announcement.
When
Listen up.
I was like, man, I think I was telling Dane this. I was like, I think I like kind of want to like buy a Switch, and then after that, I can already see Dane like in my head being like, what? Like why? Nothing really came out yet. I was like, because I think I kind of want to play Splatoon 2. Which,
And then that was absolutely shocking to me.
Listen,
because I've heard you multiple
that
times
shocked
be
me
like,
too.
there was a time I remember like almost word for word we were talking about like upcoming Switch games, and you're like, there's nothing even coming up that I really want to buy, and I was like, but what about Xenoblade and like all this stuff, and you're like, I mean, yeah, but like I don't care about that. I was like, what about Splatoon 2? Like jokingly, and
Yeah.
you're like, I'm never gonna play that game, or you're like, I don't give a fuck about that
I
game.
probably said something similar to that. I'll be honest. I definitely said that, but
but I did too as a joke.
Yeah, but like after watching it and just seeing, I don't know, it looked like inventive and like fresh when I saw. I was like, oh, this is cool. Like I was watching videos. I heard like some cool music in there, and I saw like the cool customization. I was like, yeah, man, I want to buy some sick ass shoes for my fucking squid kid.
Yeah.
That's dope.
God damn it.
Fuck
And,
yeah,
like,
I want to buy shoes.
This all comes down to you want to buy shoes for your squid kid. Let me pick up a Switch.
I literally was like,
$300.
Yeah,
I was like-
seriously.
like, this squid kid here has got some dope ass sneakers. Let me buy that Switch right now.
This is
some
the
Air
other day.
Force
The other
Ones.
day, you were like, we were all talking about this, and you're like, I was watching some Splatoon 2 footage. It looked fresh.
Have you
Because
seen
they're
that
shoes.
commercial where it's like it's like basically the whole song is like you're a kid now,
Yeah.
you're a squid now. But then there's that one video where that guy he watches it and he just gets like, I'm a kid now, I'm a squid now, and he goes into his shower, pours paint all over him. He's
That's
like,
Jordan.
I'm a kid
That
now,
was
I'm a
Jordan.
squid
Now
now.
I'm a squid.
It's
That's
yeah.
Jordan while he's ordering the Switch on Amazon. He's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
So-
I'm a kid now.
Jordan, you've been taken by the squid billies.
So yeah, to the surprise of everyone in the world, I have purchased a Switch and bought the Splatoon 2 bundle, and will buy Zelda. Obviously.
Incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very
So-
satisfied with this game though. It's it feels satisfying to
You're
actually
satisfied
make
with your
kills.
perch.
The perch is well worth
The qual is there.
Yeah,
How
the
was
qual's
the
there.
box that it came in?
The box. I actually bought this digital because
Yeah, I bought this
Oh.
digitally as well.
Okay.
I did buy it online on Amazon, but it wasn't gonna get to me till the 26th, and I had like a gift card too, so I was like, I'm just gonna buy it. But then I was like, oh wait, I don't want to wait. It's launching tomorrow or today,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna download it now, cancel the Amazon.
Yeah, you gotta be feet on the ground.
Yeah, because I just didn't want to wait, even though it was gonna be cheaper. So I just bought the.
Yeah. I didn't have the choice because the bundle comes with the physical version.
What did it come with? It was Splatoon 2
And snipper clips.
Oh, and snipper clips. Okay. And something else, or what? No, that
I
must
think
have
that's
been
it.
That's not bad.
Honestly, it's still like more expensive than I would have liked. I would have rather just bought the Switch by itself and then bought Splatoon 2, but
What, it's like $3.99 for the bundle?
yeah, plus tax, ended up being like $470 pretty much. So
Damn.
It's a lot of money.
And then I'm also probably gonna end up buying a Pro controller. So
And Zelda.
just rack them up.
Yeah.
Although thanks to my $165 credit from
Oh,
Amazon,
you don't
Yeah,
even have to
dude,
spend
buy
that.
Zelda.
it's not gonna cost me a dime.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you can spend it on.
Yeah, I probably will buy that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll buy that.
Buy those
sick-
accessories that are way too overpriced already.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
are
they
very
are.
expensive.
Everything about the Switch is overpriced.
One
Be the
thing I will
first to
say
admit
that is infuriating is the availability of like Joy-Cons or like just anything.
I do want to get
Anything
those
Switch
purple
related.
and green. Splatoon 2 Joy-Cons. Those look pretty dope.
I just want a second set of the red and blue ones so I can just have like all red or all blue, like Switch.
I have the gray one, so I want to get red and blue just to have it.
Yeah.
What is that? The left one is blue?
Left one is red.
Oh.
Right. But
I'm not buying that then.
But there's like, you could get reverse too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For those 2 fun-sized candy bars, you're about to whip out your wallet and give them $90.
Yeah, that's
I think it's
absurd.
70.
Yeah, it's like 70 already.
Because the Pro
Regardless.
controllers, it's still a lot. Anyway,
I'm gonna look it up.
what I was gonna say about Splatoon 2 is first off, I'm not gonna talk about the party system because apparently the party
It's
system
pretty
is
garbage.
terrible. The matchmaking, I will say, is very archaic. Once you get, this is the problem. You queue up for a game, you're in the lobby. You can't leave the lobby.
Yeah,
Until
that's pretty stupid.
it fills up. Until 8 people are in there. You can't vote on maps. You can't change your equipment. You can't. You're literally just staring at like. It's as if you're in a Call of Duty lobby and you're literally just staring at people fill in, and you can't do anything else. There's not anything else going on. And then finally, when 8 people join the match, to be fair, the match starts incredibly fast from that point. Like once they find people, it goes right in, and it's like not much loading. It just jumps right in. There's like a splash screen of the little squid kids like showing up with their gear and everything, and then you just start. So it's like once you get in, it's fast, but like you can't, like, if it's taking too long to find people, you can't just back out and be like, oh, I'll find another match, or maybe I don't want to play this. My friend got online. I want to go play ranked. Like you have to exit out of the game.
Splatoon 1 did have, I think you could have exit the lobby in the beginning, but also they had like a game that you could play on the gamepad.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
While it's lobbying, while you're sitting in the lobby on your TV.
That's cool.
So like you could actually had entertainment, but like since they don't have the gamepad for the Switch, you don't really have anything to fuck with. And then also the map, you have to pull it up on Splatoon 2. Like you have to press X or Y, which is kind of infuriating because X used to be the jump button. So every time I'm trying to jump and evade, I pull the fucking map up and I get just killed.
Oh, see, because I never played the first one, so now I'm...
Yeah. And it's really nice because the map is on the screen for the Wii U version, and you can just click on where you want to teleport to, like, you can teleport to your allies, and you can just click right there, and it's, like, really easy. So if you're in a firefight and you're going to lose, you can teleport really fast. But with Splatoon 2, you have to pull the map up, find where you want to go, and then go. It takes too long.
I've seen a lot of, like, UI, like, issues with that, and I think maybe it could be. I'm sure it could. You can
still
fixed.
get those sick shoes either way. So
but the shoes are always there, so I don't give a fuck.
So with that, all the rest of the multiplayer stuff is really cool because everything is based around Splatnet and like that radio show where they do. Like,
is that
TV
your
show.
Pornhub name or?
That's Splatnet. That's my Pornhub fan group that you can join.
Your community.
Yeah,
you
my
post
community.
pictures of your splat.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, this one looks like
Show me your best splats.
This one looks like a horse, and this one looks like a bat.
Show me your best inking.
It's like cloud. It's like
one.
cloud watching, cloud spotting. No, so like each day on Splatoon, I don't know if this is exactly how it works, but basically like they have time slots where it's like from noon to 2, it'll be like these 2 maps.
Yeah.
And then like from like 2 to 4, it'll be these ones, and then on ranked, it'll be like these maps, but it could be a different mode and like all that kind of stuff. And then the gear that you can buy, like the hats, shirts, and shoes cycle out every day.
Yeah, I was like,
and
the shoes?
every day they cycle out every day. And then also you can, if you download the Switch app, you can go onto Splatnet and you can see exclusive items that you can only order for like a certain period of time. You can order it from there and then go pick it up in the game, like as if you're doing like an online order. It's kind of like UberEats, but for dope shoes.
And if you see someone with some
digital.
cool swag too, you can go up to your drug dealer and ask him if he can order it for you.
Give me one of those shoes.
Oh, is that where you go in?
You go to your
like,
plug.
sewer or whatever?
No, not in the sewer, but like...
Oh, in the back?
Not in the back. That's like the zombie mode, but...
Oh, that's like co-op mode.
You can just go up to any guy, and if you see something that they like, you can order it. Like, you can basically just say, hey, I want to order this one, and then the shady drug dealer guy will get you that thing.
Does that cost in-game like currency to buy it off a person?
It does cost extra, and it's like they will try to get the perk that comes with that shirt.
Right.
But that's the other thing. There's like a cool stat system because like you buy like different clothing will have different levels of rarity, like measured by stars, and then each one has
a 5-star shoe.
Yeah, dude, I bought a 2-star Hawaiian shirt
yesterday.
That was sick as fuck.
Okay.
And it has like it saves ink or whatever on like your main gun. And then as you wear it and level it up, you can get you get other perks. And so it's like, one, you're getting some dope shoes, but you can get some like sick gameplay elements out of it too.
That's what I love.
It's pretty cool.
That's what I try to when I buy shoes, I make sure that they're also gonna power me up.
Right. Or like make you run faster
that
in
air
enemy
bubble.
ink.
Yeah, I got pump my shoes up and they give me extra speed +1.
The other thing about that game is that like it's pretty intense. It's
yeah.
pretty fast, dude. Like
Very
you look at it
fast.
and you're like the music and like the whole style of the game is like very like, what's up, dude, and like kid friendly stuff.
But they're,
And it's
they're
like, oh, you
squid kids.
splatted so and so, or it's like,
Yeah.
and they have like squid puns all over the place, and you're playing this and you're like, oh, this is totally for kids. But then it also has that Nintendo charm.
Yeah,
And you're like, this is
you
so
see that
cool.
It's super, like, it's so for kids, but like you don't mind because it
Because
kind
it's
of
so
works
fun.
in their universe.
Yeah, in the universe, it totally makes sense. And like, yeah, man, that game's pretty hardcore. Like when you're just like zipping through ink, you pop up and just blast someone in the face,
Yeah.
and then zip around behind someone else, and you're just like, oh, I'm a
How-
badass squid kid.
How's the actual Squid Kid customization? Can you change like your Squid Kid hair?
You can change your squid kid
There's
hair.
only like 4 hairs you can choose
Jordan,
from.
can I just point out that you would have made fun of yourself like a couple weeks ago for saying this?
100%.
Listen, I'm an open-minded person, and I'm open to change. So
The customizability really comes with the clothes that you wear and the weapons that you have.
I can't give my Squid Kid like a scar on his eye.
No.
No,
You can have different colored eyes.
You can change
Oh, cool.
the character, like creator is pretty cool. How they do different poses, like when you're going through and like, yeah, man, it sounds so weird, but this game actually has like a lot of style and it's really polished. It has,
Yeah,
it's like you took like a really popular multiplayer shooter, like that's actually really fun, and you made it kid friendly, but kept all the cool gameplay elements, and then you can buy dope shoes.
Yeah.
And it has that Nintendo,
I'm
and
in.
all throughout it has that Nintendo polish where you're playing it and you're like, oh, that little small thing they did there is awesome.
There's
Or, like,
even,
that
like,
song is cool, or that sound effect.
brands in the game, like this shirt is by Grisco or whatever. It's like, oh, this is by whatever company.
And it's sort of like
Yeah.
the gun manufacturers in Borderlands, where like different brands or like apparel brands or whatever will have different like specializations. So like this style of shirt will always like start with like an ink saver perk, or like this one will always make you run faster, or this one will like give you like faster like reload or something. It's pretty cool.
I will definitely be playing that when it ships.
It's fun. We'll have to exchange Nintendo.
Dude,
I don't even know what it's called. Nintendo ID, Nintendo account, Switch ID, whatever the hell.
I don't know.
I'll add you.
I have to say that I'm hearing all these things and I disagree with them. No, I'm just kidding.
And you hate fun.
No, it just I'm skeptical when I hear you guys are saying all this. It's like, okay, but it's not actually good though, right? Like that's what's going through the back of my brain. But
No, it is good.
I have to like.
It is definitely good.
I'm
It's
gonna
fun.
have to like play it again and see. I have a feeling that I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, they were right, but like, still, I played the first one for a little bit and I didn't really like it. So
And again, the thing is for me, like it is like the like aesthetic of it is somewhat childish, but also like it's super stylized. Like it's very
very
like
stylized.
anime like ish. Like that's what it looks like to me. It's like, oh, look how like stylized everything is. Like sure they might be like kids, but like they're fucking like squid, like weird squid people with dope clothes on. Like
It's very Japanese.
Yeah,
too.
it is
Yeah.
really Japanese, and like
and also there's like a competitive level in that game. Like
It's very competitive.
which like is
I-
what intrigues me too. Like I like to play competitive games, and if I can buy shoes in it,
dude, no, at PAX or not PAX at E3 at Nintendo's like Goliath of a booth, their main stage was dedicated to Splatoon 2, and it wasn't at the point where like you walk because what's that game?
Come on.
Bethesda Quake Champions. They had their own like similar thing. Like no one was there,
Yeah.
like watching that because it was like this is gonna be the next esport and all that stuff. And it was like Nintendo was kind of doing that too, where they had like not a shoutcaster, but they had people like narrating what was going on, and they had like the other thing. I guess I didn't play Splatoon 1, but this one has like it's very like esports oriented in the way that they have their UI set up. How like on the top it shows you who has their ults, like what gun they're using. You can go on the map and you can see like where exactly they're moving, like trajectory and like what they've splatted and everything. And like at E3 when you're looking at that just fucking massive screen. They had just all day like Splatoon 2 tournaments going on there. And like I was watching it, I didn't really know what was going on since I hadn't ever played the first one, but I was watching it and it was like some of the most intense like multiplayer
it just
footage
looks
I've seen.
fun, and like
It is really
It's
fun.
I like
very
how the
fun.
matches are super short. It's like one of the reasons I like to play like Clash Royale. Each match in Clash Royale, which is a mobile game on your iPhone, look it up if you want or don't. But like each match can only be 3 minutes, so it's just like I sit down, I can play it for like oh, I'm just like gonna go to the bathroom. I can play it one match in the bathroom and like feel like I did something, you know. And like, I like that like speediness of the game that looks like you can kind of just hop in, hop out real fast.
Yeah,
And,
you only have like 10 minutes. Play a couple games.
yeah,
You're
exactly.
Yeah, you can easily play like
And
if we're going to work or something, just play like a couple matches.
just playing the regular turf wars is fun in itself, but there's also like
There's,
the
like,
competitive
tower mode or
game.
whatever?
Yeah, the competitive game modes are like different enough where like you can, I don't know, and they cycle through the game modes too every hour, every couple hours too, so it'll change every now and again.
Right.
And those are also fun in their own rights. And it's like, oh, they're doing Rainmaker. I'm definitely gonna play some competitive today. And I do have a couple gripes though. The maps in this one don't seem as like, I don't know, diverse as in the first one. I remember in the first one they had this mall map that was really fun. They had like a ton of ramps so you could just go up and down, and there's like this. They had 2 ramps that went up to this main stage, and like hella shit went down in the middle. But in the maps in the new one, they just seem kind of a lot of the same type of stuff. It's very like square or round.
I feel like one of
Yeah.
the reasons for that might be is because they actually want to like build this up as a competitive game, and it's
Oh.
hard. It's hard to, you can't have wild
Yeah.
like weird like crazy stuff if you want it to be a competitive game. It has to be
Yeah.
like symmetrical. Each team has
Well,
to have a fair
They are very
advantage.
symmetrical.
They are, the maps are always symmetrical, but I guess the type of map will vary. I remember one of the maps in the first one, the map will shift below and above the
Okay.
tide. So like every like maybe
wash
20,
off the.
it won't wash off, or maybe it will. I don't think it will, but it like the map will like change every like couple of like maybe 30
Oh, I see.
seconds.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
There's one in there like, it's like Moray something. where,
Moray
like,
Bay?
Moray Towers or something, where it's like the one where each team starts off on the top of that tower and there's a ramp going down, and then there's a bunch of those rails that go across to get to each side. Have you played on that one?
I don't think I have.
It's like they both start out super elevated, and then just like you can literally just either spawn, you can run, you can jump off like all the way down the tower, like into the main area, and then like there's these little like man cannon looking things that you shoot with your paint, and then it creates like a rail to go. up
Oh,
to
they
the
have
one.
those in the campaign. I haven't seen those in like an
Yeah,
actual
so you
online
can,
match.
so you
That's
have to
cool.
you have to control those, and you can
You can
basically
just-
use that to get to like the same like side symmetrically on their side. You can just like start splatting their back end, but then they can
Do
just,
the same
They can
for
just
you.
run to the other side
Yeah.
and hit their one and go to your side.
That's
and so
cool.
you're both like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Because then every few seconds, like if they change the paint color when you're on it, you'll just fall off the thing and die.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
All right.
There's
that-
a lot of cool elements to
That's
that
our
game.
Splatoon 2 minute.
Longer than a minute. Very long.
That was
Coulter, have you been playing anything? Splatoon 2?
Oh yeah, I'm in thing. No,
Yeah, you love Squid Kids, right? And their shoes?
Dane, you're wearing a Splatoon shirt right now.
I am. I bought this before I had played it.
So you had never played the game, but you bought the shirt.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
like the
this is
design.
my time to talk. So no. Have I even been playing anything? Great question. I've been playing just more PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. There was yet another game where I effed up right at the end. We were down to the final 2 boys. Wait, no. We were down to basically it was like us 3, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't remember which
In
one
any
you're talking
case,
about.
it came down to just me, like, on the ground in a field, and people were taking each other out, and eventually enough people took each other out so that it was just me and one other guy, and I knew where he was, and I'm not sure if he knew where I was. And so I'm like, all right, I'm like shaking basically because you got, I don't know if you guys are like, wow, they're really like freaking out about getting to the end or whatever, but it's like, it gets
It's an
to you.
experience.
It's intense. Like it's
Yeah.
it's one of the most intense like games I've ever played. Like when you
Yeah.
get to that
Yeah.
final moment.
Anyways, yeah. So take our word for it, it gets real intense. So I was like freaking out, and then so we were just both on the ground in this like wheat field or whatever. I can see him. I've got eyes on him. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need to.
I'm gonna kill this man.
At some point, one of us is gonna need to kill the other person because we're just in the same area. No one's gonna get killed by like the play area or anything like that. So I'm like, all right, I know where he is. He's within range. I'm just gonna like stand up to a crouch and then just kill him.
Get him got.
Yeah. So I stand up to a crouch, and then I click my mouse button, and nothing is happening. And then he just stands up and kills me, and it's like, Coulter, your gun wasn't out. And I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
My gun was not out. You can put away your gun to like run faster and like, you know, whatever other needs you'll have to put the gun away. I don't know necessarily what those are.
That's
but
the one need.
If you're like trying to hide like in a location.
yeah, I guess maybe you're more discreet if you don't have like a big metal thing sticking out of your body. But yeah, anyways, I had my gun away. I didn't choose to do that at any point, like as far as I know. I guess
just like accidentally tapped X.
I think what I did was I went to crouch and then I pressed both
Yeah.
C and the button next to it, which is the put away your gun.
I was gonna
button,
say that like that placement is not like great. Like
It's
if you're
not
not
great.
if you're not like 100% certain like that you're pressing the right button, like you might like, and especially like in the heat of the moment, you're like trying to like crouch real fast, like oh shit, put away my gun.
especially at the end of the game where
Yeah.
you're just like freaking out.
So it's like wow, yeah.
Can't
So-
you just reassign the
Good.
key?
You can.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, like, because when you have your gun put away, it's just a dot on the screen instead of like a crosshair or like if it's a shotgun, it's like the circle or whatever. And so now this is the thing, that game is also incredibly janky because it's an early access. So I thought
Annoys
like,
me daily.
and it's in not incredibly janky, but there's issues, and like in spectator mode especially, it's very unreliable. Like half the time when someone's shooting at someone in spectator mode, you're seeing like lag in terms of
Yeah.
like they're shooting at like a wall, but the guy is over here, and you still see that guy getting shot. So there's like weird like issues, and I just thought you had your gun out. Like,
Yeah. You thought what you were seeing was a glitch.
I thought what I was seeing was just a problem like with the spectator mode, but then you just stood up and you were literally just like
I was just so
yeah, you were just like
I gave
I
myself
saw
up.
it, and then you just get gunned down.
You're
And I
trying to
was
look
like,
so
no,
upsetting.
Coulter, but I mean that was you had a pretty good run. Like
Yeah.
you can't be that mad at yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
Go ahead.
that's because we generally have like pretty consistent runs. Sometimes we fuck up real bad at the beginning, but like for the most part, we play like fairly well and get like to the top 10.
Look, I'm gonna
of the times.
pat us on the back a little bit. I don't know if this is true for everyone. I think it is because we all compared it. But the other day when we were playing squads, I looked at our ranking. We were 48,000 in the world. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
That's really high.
Out of the 7 billion there are.
Yeah, there's like what, 5 million plus people
Yeah.
playing that game or copies sold. Like 48,000 is pretty good. Mm-hmm. So I feel like we do pretty well. We're not winning every match. That's unreasonable. But
Because it's impossible
We're
to
getting very far.
win every match. And also, like, you're going to get killed randomly by people you'll
Yeah.
never see and never know where they were.
Right.
Which brings me to my next point. I've decided that I can never truly love this game until they put in a kill cam or something like that, because I know it's realistic for someone to kill you and you have no clue where they are or where they came from, but this is just something I can't get past. There's, like, I need closure. When I get killed, I need to have either known where he is or I need to have a chance to fight back against him in some way. And what happens is you'll just get sniped or like shot and you'll have absolutely no clue where they are and you'll just die. And it's basically the same as if I lagged out of the game or like the game glitched up or the game crashed or something like that. Do you really want something in your game where it's basically as if the game crashed? Like, is that a good gameplay mechanic?
No, but there's also a lot of reasons why that shouldn't be in there. Like, if you were playing in squads, we're on
you
Discord.
tell people where
you,
they're at.
You get killed by someone, like, with a sniper rifle, which is annoying, but they're, like, up on a hill, like, miles away, like, with their squad around them, or, like, something like that. And then we're just like, oh, Jordan, he's, like, to the southeast, way up on that hill next to, like, that weird-ass tree, and then Jordan has, like, an AWM or, like, a crazy sniper, and he just kills 4 people.
Yeah,
Like,
that is true.
there's elements of
I mean-
that you can't really, like,
in squads, like, that's a serious issue, but in solo, like, play, there's no reason not to have it. And
But I also heard that they're implementing a kill cam only for solo.
All right, there you go.
It should be, if you're the last person killed, it should show you where they are in any situation. And I also think it should just kind of do a better job of telling you where they are. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
A lot of that game
That's
is
probably just a personal thing.
Yeah, I, like, appreciate having the, like, I don't
ambiguity.
appreciate when I'm, like, feel like I'm safe and then I just get dropped, and, like, that is, like, demoralizing when that just happens. It's like, well, that, like...
And because
I
it
had no
takes so
chance.
much time, too. You're sinking so much time into the game, and then it's like, oh, you glitched.
But again, like that's what makes like those final, like when I get that far into the game, that's what makes it exciting for me, is when it's that tense, when I know at any given moment it could just end like that fast.
When you've been beaten so hard by your partner, and then they're nice to you at some point, you're like, oh, it was all worth it.
I mean,
I got beat,
That's
but
so
no, I'm
true.
What
okay.
if you just like
That's really
being beat
bad.
the entire time? Also, that metaphor doesn't hold up.
I feel like...
Anyways,
Yeah, I agree, because that's what makes it so, one, satisfying when you even get to the last, like, 10, but even more satisfying when you win, because you knew that at any moment in the past, like, 20, like, 30-plus minute match that you've played, that you could have just, like, bitten the dust, like just like that. Like, out of nowhere, it's just game over, man.
Like, I'm in the opinion that even in duos and squads, like, take away the down state, like, just everyone dies instantly at that point. Like, there is no, like...
I like that.
It annoys me. Like, it's fine now, but, like, I wish they, like, at the start of the game, they had just decided, no, we're not going down, because it's annoying. Like, there's so many times where we just get into pointless firefights of people, like, they're like, oh, 500 meters away, and like, oh, I downed someone. It's like, well, great, we downed someone, but now they're just gonna get revived, and we wasted like 40 like rounds of ammunition for literally no reason.
Yeah.
And, like, or just like, I don't know, I just, like, it'd be nice, like, especially if you're like sniping someone. It's like, oh my god, I just hit that guy from like super far away. It's like, well, if you're in squads, like, nice. It accomplished nothing though. Like, if they're the last person left, then great, you killed them. But
Yeah.
if not, they just get picked up, which is just like frustrating when like the other team just keeps getting picked up over and over again.
yeah. But the continuous rebuttal to all this is it's in early access, so we can't even really be that mad at it.
Yeah. Things will change.
Yeah.
They already are, which is nice, but...
And I think
So.
that's pretty much all I've been playing.
Dane,
Splatoon 2. A little bit.
Tell me
Just
about
got
the
it
shoes.
yesterday.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
no.
mean, it's like, I haven't played it that much. But
Tell me more about the shows.
I played a lot of matches in a row. Like, I sat down and played it for a while. I think I'm like level 7. 6 or 7.
I'm like 9.
I picked it up. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna keep playing this. Just played it for a while. Good stuff. I'm trying to think of what else. Not a whole lot, really. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. That's about it. Oh, I started playing Tekken again. I'd taken not even that long of a break from it.
Taking like 4 days off.
Yeah, it was only a few days, but I went back and like I was trying to learn Dragunov, and I went back and started playing it. I'm like, I don't remember the combo that I was doing, and so I went back and like did more practice, and then went back to Leo and learned a few more like little small things, and I had a really good match, a few matches today actually with this guy who I kept rematching. We must have played like 6 matches against each other, like winning back and forth. And I was, even when I lost against him, I wasn't like slamming my controller being like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
I should have blah, blah. I was like, well, I mean, I should have like countered that, or like I should have known to block at blah, blah. And so like going back and forth and playing and like seeing how we were like learning each other's like tells and stuff like that was pretty cool. But then he beat me one last time and I got mad and I turned it off. but it was like, we must have played like 6 or 7 matches against each other. But it was pretty fun. I wasn't like rage mode, like quitting at that point. It was just like the last match, I think I was just tired and like just got trashed. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna put the controller down. But that game is still super fun.
Mm-hmm.
I still stand by that's my favorite fighting game.
That's a bold claim, but
I feel
it
it.
is your opinion, so.
I feel it.
Well.
That's about it though.
Jordan, what have you been playing?
Thanks for asking, Coulter. Splatoon 2, I love the shoes in it. Kidding, I don't have
What's
a
your favorite
Switch
pair of
yet.
shoes? What pair of shoes are you gonna buy first?
I have literally
High tops,
no
low
idea.
tops.
Yeah,
Supras.
Like you got like boat shoes.
Yeah.
My guy looks like a dad. I have Hawaiian. I have a hula shirt, like a Hawaiian shirt. I have like Sperry's, and I have some sick fucking Ray-Ban like aviators on, with my greased back hair, my squid hair.
I will say that like
I look
with that
sick.
hair, whenever someone wears like glasses, I always see Casey Neistat.
Oh no.
I'm just like, oh,
I need to change that hair
freaking
now.
Casey Neistat here.
But I was thinking of changing my hairstyle to the one that's like a little bit longer, like the Skrillex style one, and then getting like a snapback, so you could just have like one strand of hair like coming down. This looks kind of badass.
That'd be fucking sick, dude. Sick.
Dude, they have some sick ass snapbacks.
Dope. I'll be rocking a snapback. Probably some nice, maybe some high tops. I like to look fresh, so.
Some of the shoes are a little big for me. They
game
look
looks pretty
Sketcher, like Sketcher styles. This game's looking fresh.
They say fresh all the time. That's they're like cool, and there's like a
Stop.
freshness
Really?
meter. Like
That's gonna-
No,
if you'll
stop.
notice, like when you're in your lobby or like waiting for the game, there's like your weapon, and it has
Yeah.
like the meter. That's
that's
the
true.
freshness meter.
That's
That's
hilarious.
awesome.
That's completely unintentional on my
Yeah.
part as well, but.
And it's like
That's
when you go
awesome.
into stores, they're like, "Oh, you're looking really fresh today," or it's like, "Oh, you like after you gain a couple levels, it's like, oh man, you're looking really fresh," you know. Or
It's
but like
fuck
when
yeah,
you
man.
when you're just starting out and you try to go into the stores, they're like,
Like,
"Oh,
oh,
you're
yeah.
not fresh enough to."
Yeah, like you're gonna have
shop
to come
here."
back when you're level 4. Like
Yeah,
you're not nearly fresh enough to buy these dope shoes.
yeah.
That's
You
hilarious.
can't even look at the shoes they have for sale until you're level 4.
And then in the first one, there's like these two like kind of mascot girls that like announce everything.
Is that Marie and?
Marie and Callie, and their motto is "Stay fresh," and they like do
or-
They
whatever.
do, now they have the one
Callie
where it's
and
like
Marie.
don't get cooked, stay off the hook, and they
Yeah.
go like
I don't really like that as
the
much.
so Japanese. I
Yeah,
love it.
That's a
very
good
Japanese.
squid fish pun.
It's
Callie
pretty.
and
It's
Marie.
pretty cool, dude.
Yeah.
Calamari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This game's
It's
got
good.
it all. Anyways,
This game is fresh.
I've been playing Splatoon 2. No, we're not doing this. We're done with Splatoon 2, okay?
No more
Sorry.
Splatoon 2.
We're not talking about Splatoon 2 anymore. We've done it enough. I've been playing a lot of Tekken 7. So the character I play in that, Devil Jin, I keep trying to like go back and look up new combos, and I found a new one, and I literally spent maybe 2 hours in just the training, like tutorial mode, trying to pull off a combo, and just couldn't fucking do it. Like I was just like, I can't execute this move. Like it's so, like the movement is so precise, the timing is so precise that I couldn't do it. So
You can do it once.
I couldn't do it
gave
once.
up?
I literally could not pull off the move like at all. It's impossible. I dare anyone to try it.
Was it a sample combo?
No. Yeah, sample combo. What am I?
What was it?
It's just a combo. I don't know. I mean, what do you want me to say?
Shut up.
If it's not a sample combo, it's just a combo. I don't know what you want me to say.
Okay.
I can fucking pull off a sample combo. in
No,
my
it's
sleep.
all right. You're
Come
fine.
on.
You're all right.
But yeah, so I couldn't do that, and I kind of got frustrated, and then just went online and played. And I kind of had the same experience as Dane, where I played some guy like, I think we played 10 times. I maybe won 2 of the matches, but also this guy that I played had like 260 plus wins, whereas on my player match I have 30. So that, and also his rank was like he was like in the middle of like the 4th or 5th tier of like ranking. I'm still in middle of the 3rd. So he had a lot more experience than me, but
So he was just smashing on you.
no, but that's the thing is he wasn't. Like I was
Yeah.
playing and like we were like going back and forth, like 2 wins, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, and like a couple of times I beat him. I was like, yes, like I actually like felt myself getting better, and like as we were playing against each other, I could tell that we were like I was like, all right, well, I know like this guy's like strategy for like this round, and after that round I beat him, and then of course the next round he just like does some completely different shit. I was like, okay, well, like this is how, like that's how you learn in that game, is you play against people who know like, all right, well, my strategy's not working, I have to switch it up.
Yeah.
And, like that's really fun to like, just watch some guy like try to counter me and like me try to do the same to him.
That was what was happening with me. Like you would notice the guy is like, oh, he goes for this combo a lot.
Yeah.
Like he always initiates with a low kick or something like that. And you're like, okay, if I can dodge that, then I can like do this and this. And
It's very satisfying reading your opponent
Yeah.
and like
It's
actually
super-
executing.
it's super cool.
That's one of my like favorite things in Street Fighter and like Tekken, is just like
fighting games,
is, and like in those games they have a term called I think it's Yomi. It's like their term for like reading your opponent and trying to like just anticipate what they're doing, and like it's really fun to just be like, okay, well, I have to learn this guy's move, and then like you can tell when you're playing someone who's like good at the game. If you learn how to counter them, then they just do something completely different. Like if you like play against like low people, like they might have a combo that's like, oh, like how do I block this? But then you block it once, and they have their one trick pony, and they have nothing else. Like it's when you play against people who actually know how to do like way different things like that. That's way more exciting to play against. So I've just been playing a lot of Tekken, ranked, unranked, practice mode. I've also been playing more of Tales of Berseria, but not that much. So yeah.
Dope.
Sick.
Anything else?
Dude, that's fucking sick, dude.
It's actually very fresh.
It's fresh. Tales of Berseria is pretty fresh. I definitely spent like $20 on DLC, cosmetic DLC.
To look like a maid.
To get sick shoes.
To get
I
some sick
do
shoes.
have a fairy tale maid outfit. I don't use that one. I use a like kimono, which is pretty cool. I also have a pirate outfit. I have another outfit where she just looks like a waitress at a restaurant, which is kind of cool. So.
Did it die?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Oops.
Well, if
Guess
you're
that's
still
the end.
watching this from the dark abyss, it's probably time to
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
to end this.
This one is going on a little bit long, but it's okay. Because we were talking about Splatoon 2 for the entirety of it. No.
And we'll continue another hour with Splatoon 2.
Alright, guys. Welcome to our Splatnet special discussion.
You guys are gonna be in for a fucking wild podcast when I'm playing Splatoon 2. I'm gonna talk all about the shoes in that game. It'll be fresh as fuck.
I'm gonna have to try this.
The shoes?
Splatoon 2.
It's dope.
Splatoon
It's
2.
dope. We
might
can
be
all
forced to.
we can all play it together and have a full squad.
Yeah, we'll just
Only
go.
after you get to level 10 and then get to ranked B- on ranked.
That's the only way you can do it.
That's the only way we can squad up and for sure be on the same team.
That's silly.
It's
the
very
fuck
stupid,
happened?
but like
Can you refund digital games?
I don't think so. But
Alright,
like,
well, I'm gonna figure it out.
and if you do want to play with friends, you can right now, like when you're not like up to that par yet. But you have. It's not guaranteed that you're gonna be on the same team.
That's a bummer.
Yeah,
That's
but it's
a
also kind of
problem.
funny when you kill your friend and you're like, "Ha, fuck you."
Yeah, that is fun. All right.
I'm sure we can have fun regardless.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's gonna do it. Except for we do need to pull a movie out of a hat.
Get the
Dane,
fucking back.
if you would.
And this is where this is the
my
segment of the
turn.
podcast where we do two things. The first thing is we describe to you what we're doing, which is every week we pull a movie out of this here bag, this blue bag. It could be a hat, could be a bag. The point is we're picking a random movie.
It's 100% a bag.
It's 100%
But
a
anyways,
bag,
no,
but it
good.
could be a hat. We're pulling.
that as a hat.
Shut up. We're pulling a movie out of this bag. It's completely random. We don't know what we're gonna pull. There's around 40-ish movies, 45 movies in this bag right now, ranging from cinematic masterpieces such as
Leon the
Halloween
Professional.
Town 2, Calabar's Revenge, all the way to a Serbian film. So the second thing we do is try to figure out whose turn it is.
Me.
But Jordan through the tape there. Jordan, pick a goddamn movie, bud.
Wait, should Ton pick it?
Ooh, wait, yeah.
It's an honor.
Ton's gonna
Alright.
pick a film. He's gonna pick a film. Yeah, this is our Wacky Filmless theme song that I randomly
So
sang one
usually
time.
what we do is we wait an obscenely long amount of time to pick a movie, but you can just cut through.
Make
that.
sure you really ruffle them up.
You
in there.
gotta
They get stuck
rough
together.
those movies up.
Okay.
Now, do you know any of the movies that are on this list?
I know you have like a Google Doc or something.
We have
Yeah.
a website page
you
that
have
has
a
all
web-
of them.
yeah, I've gone to the website and like skimmed through the list.
Are there any that come to mind that you wish you would pull?
No, because I don't remember the list.
Okay.
It's fair. I don't even remember what's all on the list.
I remember I was surprised at some of them last time when we were going through when
right.
Coulter was picking his wild
Wait.
card. Do you have one?
I think so. Yes.
If it's a Serbian film, I'll cry. Bill and Ted.
Okay.
Ted's.
Ooh, another
sorry.
comedy.
Bill and Ted's Excellent
I'm
Adventure.
sorry for
okay.
saying it before you.
Yeah, but I've been wanting to watch this movie actually. So, Bill and Ted's.
Might be
Okay.
a repeat guest, maybe.
I'll tell you guys right now, I have probably like a completely unbased hatred for Bill and Ted. I don't know why I don't like them.
Why not do this? Has Keanu Reeves doing the Keanu Reeves face?
I
Yeah.
guarantee you this movie will at least be funny to make fun of.
All right,
Have you seen it?
classic
I,
film.
I
then.
have seen this movie.
What do you like?
I like it. Yeah, it's
Okay.
totally just like Keanu Reeves and friend being like stoner, like that type of deal. Like,
I'm excited to watch this.
they're like, "What's up, dude?" and then they go back in time and like
How many Chads are there?
There's several Chads in the film.
There's some little Chad-esque characters. There's a rogue gallery of Chads. Interesting. I'm excited. It's odd that we picked another comedy, but not
yeah,
really.
that is interesting.
The last comedy on the list.
Is it?
Now it's just art films,
Now it's just
Leon the
including
Professional.
Calibar 2. Thank you, Xenon.
the most artsy of films. Xenohort the Warrior Alien.
Stop.
All right, let's take it out of here. One last time, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Please watch it so you guys will be able to laugh with it, love it, hate it.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, give it a
something.
shot. If you have seen it, send a question. It's not hard.
Just type anything.
It's not
Just
hard.
like your keyboard, like a physical keyboard, you can tap it out on your phone. You're probably watching this on your phone right now. Just tab out, multitask over to your Gmail page, your email page. It's not so subtle at gmail.com. Send us anything.
You can just write a comment.
Send
Yeah.
nudes, please.
Send nudes, yeah.
If you want.
Or a death threat. Anything.
You're over age.
Anything.
If you're over the age of 65, please.
Then I really want you to send me a death threat.
All right. Well, if you want to find us, you can find the podcast on iTunes. You can find it at Not So Subtle. You can find it on YouTube at Not So Subtle. You can find us on Facebook at It's Not So Subtle.
Yep.
That's also our Instagram and our Twitter.
And our Twitch.
If you want to send us an actual email question, please send it into it's not so subtle at gmail.com.
Yeah, it's not so easy, is it, Jordan?
Nope. But I still got it. I got it. So please send it there. Send us your comment, your question, your critique,
Death threat?
your
Nudes?
death threat, your nudes if you're 65 plus,
Your Splatoon 2 name.
Yeah.
your Splatoon 2
Add me on
shoes. Send us
Splatnet.
shoes. Send us your favorite pair of shoes. Not a picture. Actually, just send them to us, please.
Yeah.
If you guys tune into our Twitch, it's not so subtle. Between the hours of, I'd say 9 and midnight every night, you may see us there.
Yeah.
We've been streaming. The other night we streamed a hot round of PUBG where we all just went in and murdered probably a combined total of 20 people.
Yeah, I think we murdered a large
I
amount of
alone
people.
got 9 kills. I think
It
he
was-
probably
it
got like
was a
7
lot.
or 8 or 9. Like we all just massacred people. So
Also, I don't know if we were streaming last night, but you would have seen me pull off what might be one of the most incredible strategies you've ever seen, in which I jumped on the ledge of a building, hid behind a corner, and then some guy walked out onto the rooftop, and I was just just gargoyle. I was just on the corner of the building, and then I just peeked out and got him.
just like
I was hidden.
just
No one
flat
expected me out
blasted
there.
some guy's asshole.
And then I
with
fell off the side of the
whip
building
jam.
and died afterwards, but hey, it was still cool.
You basically Spider-Man the ass.
It was really, really, I was real proud of that. But, all right, Coulter, where can people find you if they want to find you?
They can find me at Coulter Potter on Twitter and Instagram
Sick.
if you want.
Dane, where can people find you?
Lane to point on everything that matters. As you know by now, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, Pornhub. Gotta throw that in there. Add me on Pornhub. Got tons of sick content. You can also add me on Splatnet, which is my community fan page on Pornhub. Yeah, that's all I got. Ton, is there anything you want to promote or say?
Because you can follow me on Instagram.
Okay.
I don't have anything else really on Facebook, but I don't really want anybody else to find me on Facebook.
What's your Instagram moniker?
My Instagram is Megatrong. That's Mega like Megatron, except Trong is Truong, so that's M-E.
We don't spell things on this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We let people
My bad.
figure it out. We have an intelligent audience.
Well, like my name's pretty kind of hard to spell.
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
Yeah, well, Jordan asked them to spell the Killamilla. So.
It's phonetic. It sounds perfectly normal.
But you say the Killamilla. If you ask someone to spell the, how would you think
all
they would
day,
spell
son.
it?
All day.
Alright.
THA.
Ton,
Let's
this
go.
is also where you would pimp out something you're working on. Do you have like an album, like a mixtape you're going to be dropping soon that you want to like pimp out? Do you have like...
I take a lot of pictures for album covers,
Okay.
but I never have any albums to release. But
But soon
the
you
pictures
will.
are pretty fire.
Okay.
All right. Well, you can find me, Jordan Miller, at the Killamilla. If you want to find me on Twitch, I do stream on there with the boys. I also sometimes stream by myself if I'm playing something. You can find me at that. Again, the Killamilla. Not going to spell it out. Twitter, Instagram, video game websites. If you want to follow me on Tumblr, as most people probably want to, if you want to see my anime likes and dislikes, I do a lot of GIFs. of Mobile Suit Gundam and various other anime. That's Tenzo-Taicho. I'm not gonna spell that either.
Even though that's impossible to spell if you're a
If
gringo.
you've seen
if you're a
Naruto,
white
you'll know
man.
how to spell it.
It's true. Probably, you actually probably won't. But hey, you'll find it. People are smart.
Yeah.
All right.
Are they?
Some people are smart. Maybe. All right.
Cool.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for-
Ton, for joining
Yeah,
us.
it was good.
Ton,
having
It's
you,
a
Tom.
pleasure.
Did you have fun, Ton?
Always. It's always fun.
That's
Yay.
Philadelphia.
Our first special guest. How does it feel to be the first guest on Not So Subtle?
To be nestled by Kermie.
It feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially this
With Kermie?
Kermie.
He still has the tag on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a Beanie Baby. Do you take the tags off Beanie Babies? All
I
right.
mean, not if you're a true
on.
collector.
Jesus, man.
Sip!
See you guys next week.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Not So Subtle Food Review.